Why? Get rid of that picture.
No. Keep it.
Why the fuck do we have that?
All I can think of is this would go really good in an Always Sunny edit of that scene where he's like, "It's Smug Aura mocks me."
It's just so cringy.
This was post car accident, but that doesn't completely explain the way that he looks in these pictures. It's the fact that it's almost as if he knew. He knew why Han was delayed from getting back for Life Day. It's almost as if he orchestrated it.
Why'd they go so heavy on the eye makeup? Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's they
God.
really
Why
did.
are you just looking up Luke's Star Wars Christmas special? And why is there just old Mark Hamill with a Christmas
The one
tree?
that's just old Luke with a Christmas tree.
That's my favorite one. That's it. That's better than the Life Day movie. Is that picture?
Nothing's
so
better
angry.
than the Life Day movie.
Okay. Let me.
There's
let
a
me
sequel
start
to Life Day
share-
where it's
start
like
it
old
up.
Mark Hamill.
Star
just
Wars,
curmudgeon.
more like the war on Christmas that Mungie is waging right now.
No, I'm just waiting. Mungie's war on the Star Wars Christmas special.
The liberal media and their war on Life Day.
It's the Empire on the Hollow Net.
And
It's
how
like
they're saying
the liberal,
is getting warmer.
Liberal Rebel Alliance.
Exactly. No, Bungie got what I was referencing. It was the
And now
it
they're
was the
saying
Family Guy Star Wars special bit where it's I forget who's on the radio. It's supposed
Rush
to be,
Limbaugh.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Rush Limbaugh on the radio.
It's like the liberal rebel media is at it again.
Rebel media.
Saying
Now they're saying
Hoth
Hoth is getting warmer. The time is 9:15.
That's really fucking.
Honey, I think it's important for our kids to see the plight of the rebellion.
Roll 'em
Kids,
up.
look at all this plight. Oh God. Okay, roll them up. My favorite is still that one part where the two TIE fighters fly by, and then the third one comes in. It's just boom, 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 and it's just tricked out. Those specials, those would be fun to. Those would be a fun rewatch. Actually, they're pretty good.
I will give it because I can't rewatch Family Guy. It hurts for me to rewatch Family Guy, but they did
God.
have good content. Like the Star Wars special was so fucking funny to me.
The amount of my life that would actually be changed if I didn't rewatch Family Guy. I've seen everything probably in like the first few seasons before they got canceled. I think I've seen every episode. Like I've had to have seen them at least 5 times at this point, just because
It's funny because I can't
I
rewatch
would use this
Family
background.
Guy. Like in the past couple of years, I stopped rewatching it, but it's just like I'll rewatch Futurama. I just rewatched Futurama again for like the 80th time.
Right now I'm on Facebook memories. I just keep seeing bits.
Yeah, I
from
noticed you like rewatched around the same time
From
I
a
did
Futurama
because you posted
rewatch.
on my status once. Gumbercules, I love that guy. We need to go a place where he won't stick his finger. It's hopeless. Abandon shit.
one of my favorite bits from or one of my favorite bits is still the bit where they say that Calculon isn't good at being humble, and he's just humble. My humble is the best in the known galaxy.
I do like one of the later episodes. I think like Calculon. It's like one of the episodes with Calculon in it, and then Leela just says, "Yeah, you're right. You can't do this scene." And he just says, "You beg my pardon." I gotta remember that.
There is some gold in them hills when you're talking about like the new Futurama seasons, because one of my favorite jokes in Futurama comes from that, and it's I forget what Fry sees, but he's talking about, wow, it looks just like the side of my my cousin's van. Remember Bender? And then Bender just says the joke of, why do I have to keep telling you we didn't grow up together? Just the idea of having to continuously tell someone, no, we didn't grow up in the same neighborhood. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't realize like the second to last episode they had like a guest appearance, and it's supposed to be Zoe
who's it
Borg's
from?
girlfriend, Amelia Clark.
Wow.
And I was just like,
God.
oh my god, why did I hear
That
this
really
before?
puts into perspective how recent like those new seasons were. That only ended when we were in college, I think.
Oh yeah, I remember. I
That
was
ended
in...
like senior year of college. I think
No,
actually.
earlier.
So,
When did Futurama end? I gotta look that up now.
Yeah. And there's the one episode, like there's those weird episodes where they actually start like censoring out curse words because
Oh,
like
God.
Zoidberg actually drops the F bomb.
No, it ended in 2013. It ended
Zoidberg.
freshman year.
Holy shit.
I remember because I watched the finale. I think
Yeah.
Alan was in the room when I was watching the finale.
The finale was cool too because they what is it? Comedy Central played the first episode right afterward, beginning the
Yeah.
loop again.
God.
Oh,
Everything's posted everywhere.
sweet.
So do we do the big hey?
Let's rock and roll.
I'm really dark because of
We start with Leia's
see.
Life Day song.
You're really dark because of Mark Hamill's fucking picture on your screen.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
curious if we'll get claimed if we play the. Do you think?
I look. It's
Hurry
a
up,
Disney,
tag
Mark.
It's
Hurry up,
it's
hurry
a
up.
Disney property now. I think they would absolutely sue us.
Yes,
Mike, real
but
quick, tag Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I was
But-
gonna say, man, we're gonna get sued pretty
Just
hard.
tag Mark Hamill. He'll be all right with it.
but hear me out here.
I don't know who would actually want to claim ownership of that song, but it
Mark
uses
Hamill.
no, it's not Mark Hamill, it's Carrie Fisher, but it uses Star Wars music in the background. It uses the main theme of Star Wars. That's the
Like
issue.
you're recommended on YouTube as Jesus Christ.
At-
You have like Clone High,
oh
JFK.
no, he's playing it.
But okay, so my question is, even though George Lucas will spit on you if you even bring this up to him, do you think they still have the gall to claim it on you?
Yes.
I
Yeah, let's do
absolutely
it. Let's do it. Why
think
not?
they have the goal. Hey,
Playing
question.
audio, or I can't just hear it on my.
Oh wait,
Um,
hold on. You guys
Question:
might not be getting audio.
Is the reason that all of these Wookiees are in robes because they didn't want to shell out the money for additional Wookiee costumes?
I can't remember this theory. Somebody, one of the executives, or or somebody on set said, "Hey, why don't we piss off George Lucas? Just hear me out. Let's have for one suggestion.
No, but like,
What if Chewbacca wore pants and then George Lucas flipped out at both of them?
My question is the reason that they're all wearing robes because they wanted to skimp out and not buy several other Wookiee costumes?
What low grain Satan's tape recorder are you playing this off of?
I don't think we'll get claimed.
I don't
Purely
think
off
you
the
can
fact
even
that there's no
recognize the
song to
song.
hear.
It just sounds like you're playing
Well,
the
no,
Ghost
the
of
song,
Dead
the
Children.
song happens when Carrie Fisher comes on screen.
Yes, R2.
There's R2. We're gonna get sued for that one.
Yeah, that's definitely
At times
recognizable.
like this, R2 and I wish that we were more than just mechanical beings. And we're really alive.
Hey, you ever
So
notice
that we
that
could share your
C-3PO has a
feelings
silver
with
leg
you.
on his right
He had a silver like in A New Hope.
Here you are all right.
leg? Yeah,
Yeah.
people never notice it.
All of you are an important part of my life, pal.
He really doesn't want to be here.
Do you think this is when Harrison Ford started getting suicidal
This
thoughts?
is the
Here it
moment where
is.
Harrison Ford asks for his character to be killed off.
Brings us closer to freedom and to harmony and to peace. No matter how different we appear, we're all the same in
I
our
can't get
struggle
over
against the
Rogue
powers
Chucky.
of evil and
Chucky.
darkness. I hope that this day will
This is
always be
Chewbacca.
a day of joy
This
in
is
which we can
Chewie, this is
reconfirm
Chucky.
our dedication and our courage, and more than
Her
anything
planet
else,
just blew up.
our love for one another.
Yeah, this had to be like
This
a
is the
week from
promise
then.
of the tree of life.
She,
Oh, here we
she
go.
better be thankful for Life Day.
We
Oh god.
celebrate a day of peace, a day of harmony.
This is so sad because Carrie Fisher's actually an amazing singer.
A day of joy.
Yeah, and like everybody else, she was just presented this and was like, well, I guess I have to. See, the only reason that this got approved is
Here, we'll make sure it doesn't get picked up. We'll play it at 0.5 speed.
Can you speed it up? You put it at the other end of the spectrum. Thank you.
Well, no, I was gonna say if you sped it up, that would be Carrie Fisher.
Let's do this shit
Like
5
fun.
times. I want to see some heads nod. Dude, this is terrible.
No matter what speed, it's awful. So.
This is Carrie
I can't
after.
wait for us. I can't wait for us to watch the whole thing.
This is
No,
Carrie.
I
This is
refuse.
awful.
This is Carrie before Coke Finger, and this is Carrie after Coke Finger.
I didn't want
That's
to make
so
the
mean.
joke.
Like, fuck you.
I wanted to make the joke, but I thought it disrespectful.
Oh, Carrie Fisher and Ringo Starr.
Oh god.
What? No.
No, stop.
I can't
Go.
wait for us to watch.
We're done.
I can't wait for us to watch the cooking show segments of the
Hi guys, welcome to Choose Your Character.
Hey guys, welcome to the
back.
Day
podcast.
of Peace.
Can we do an actual introduction?
That was the intro.
That was the introduction. Yeah, you get to listen to this.
When the introduction drives people away, we know
A
we
day.
better.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
But you know, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey
God.
guys, welcome to the podcast. We've been away for a while. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving.
Nothing much has changed in the past month, though. Nothing big going on.
Everybody in America is still getting sick.
Everyone's
Yeah.
getting still sick.
We're gonna get
still don't know
political
who
with
won
this
the
podcast,
election.
but then
Oh, no,
nothing
we
I don't know
happened.
who won the
Yeah.
election.
That's
you know.
called.
We have a new president. Yeah.
I wanted to make the joke that hey, we're gonna
For
go
now.
political, but nothing really
Until
happened this
that
past month,
becomes
so
a
we
bigger
decided
issue.
against it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Meet the new boss.
Exactly.
suppose.
So
I had bronchitis
I
pretty badly. Pretty badly, yeah.
It's changed.
Well, we're just glad that you didn't have the big Rona.
Yeah,
I am too.
it's
I know a
not
bunch
fun.
of people have gotten it recently.
I was the dumbass that decided to work through it too. Could have taken a sick day, but
It's not fun.
Good old wage slave.
Problem is that we're in that
Ragey,
predicament.
ragey.
I'm in that predicament anyway. If I act, God forbid, I do have it, and I'm okay, or I'm not doing serious symptoms, I can call days out where I'm not feeling too hot, but I still
Yeah.
have to work.
Yeah.
There's really no middle ground there.
Yep.
I legit
Oh,
can't
I-
even work from home because of my job. So, but
I'm trying to figure out something to work from home because that unemployment's running out real soon.
yeah. Well, you might get that stimulus in February.
Who knows? I just hope that I can work next summer when I'm supposed to have make the good money.
Yeah. But I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I had a good one.
I
was
just
weird,
want to
but all
say that I am thankful for all of you guys because you guys
Mm-hmm.
give me another facet of activities to attend to. Never would I thought that I would be in a long-running podcast, and getting to talk about things I like with you guys is definitely something I look
Thanks,
forward
Mike.
to.
That was very nice.
Absolutely.
I also wanted to note I was thankful.
But
until
Munchie
the
can
start of
go
this
fuck
pod-
himself, so shut up.
I wanted to say I was thankful until the start of this podcast.
I'm thankful for Life Day.
Yeah, I'm thankful for eyeline wearing Luke Skywalker.
I'm very excited
Not thankful for
because
But no, that is.
I'll say
that
it on
is
the
true. I am
podcast.
thankful for doing this.
I just ordered the Star Wars Life Day special on a DVD that is bootleg because it never actually got an official DVD release.
You know, Brendan, I hope you get it, and then you put it in, and it's stop, or my mom will shoot.
Dude, it's gonna be
I'd
come in
absolutely
as
absolutely fine
it's gonna
with
be
that.
a VHS, and like in every few seconds it's gonna be like a gore video. It's like a lost tape.
interspersed with the Star Wars Life Day special.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll say this though: somehow Lego made the Star Wars Holiday Special fucking great.
I watched
It's
that.
Lego.
That was really funny. That was really funny.
I can't, dude.
There's only
Speaking of Lego, spring 2021, Lego Star Wars. Bro,
I am so
only-
excited for
am
that.
so hyped. Dude, we all have to get it for whatever console we get or online, and we all got to play together.
there's only one thing that I want to mention from the Star Wars the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, and it's because it was something that really made me hate Rise of Skywalker, and
You needed something else.
there's one bit where basically time travel's involved, which some people originally thought was actually going to be involved in Rise of Skywalker, but there's time travel, and
Probably would've been
Kylo at
interesting.
one point tells Sheev, Palpatine, that if he sends Darth Vader to Endor, that will trigger the events that cause him to be thrown down an elevator shaft. To which he punctuates the sentence with, and we all know there's no coming back from that.
Wait, is that an actual part from the script?
Yes, Kylo says, and there's no coming back from that.
That would
Somehow.
definitely gotten cut
And
out
then
of the movie.
stares at the screen.
No, stop, no. Get this out of here, Mike. I will leave.
His father, Itchy.
Itchy.
Itchy,
Here comes the DK crew.
His son, Lumpy.
bro, get the fuck out of here.
Who names a child Lumpy?
Wait, are those like
Those are
Chewbacca's relatives?
Chewbacca's
No, they're
family,
his
yes.
kids, aren't they?
Well, no, Itchy is his
Does
grandfather.
Itchy look
And-
like a kid?
Itchy is his
How are
grandfather.
How
who
are
during the
Chewbacca's
special,
family still alive?
No, Chewbacca's grandfather is given porn by Art whatever who was part of the special, and Lumpy is his son who actually has to watch an instructional video during the middle of the Star Wars Life Day.
There's a cooking special that's all in Wookiee. Yeah.
90% of the holiday special is in Wookiee.
I actually
There's
do
a
not
good
know
amount of the
this.
special
What
that's
movie
just-
did after the holiday? When did the holiday special come out? Was it after?
That was
It was
between.
no-
that
it was
between
after,
New Hope.
New Hope.
And
It was like right after
Yeah.
New Hope.
it's the true.
Awful.
It's the true sequel to New Hope.
It's truly
we-
fucking
like,
awful.
as we like to say in the industry.
Yeah.
It goes Last Jedi, Christmas special.
See,
then
it
Rise of
was
Skywalker.
approved because
I disagree.
George Lucas was too distracted looking at his bank account numbers go up, and he was like, "I sure do whatever you want."
You guys
I'd
ever
like to
see the
think-
video
Go far
George?
in a few places.
I'd like to think that a good amount of money that George Lucas and his company made was from like merchandise sales.
Oh yeah,
It was. Yeah. At least for the
And-
first few
and
movies.
I'd like to
You
think.
know-
I'd like to think that's the fuel that behind that Christmas story.
It's
It
also
is,
the first. It's also the first introduction of Boba Fett into the Star Wars universe.
and Boba Fett's
It's
was
his
like the
first
most
appearance.
selling.
It's his first appearance.
Boba Fett.
It's the fucking stuff. It's the fucking Life Day special.
That's insane. But well, speaking of Star Wars, last night we received bad news that David Prowse, the suit actor for Darth Vader, passed away at 85. I think it was
85.
He's been sick for a while. They haven't released a official cause of death, but he's been sick for a long time. He's been
Yeah.
out of the public eye for a bit now. So we just want to wish him rest
Yeah.
and peace and
I
all
woke
that
up.
good stuff.
I checked my phone. I saw the news, and I actually have like a framed signed picture of Vader versus Luke, like signed by David Prowse, and that was just. I looked over to that this morning, and then checked my phone and saw he was dead, and I was just like, "Ah, shit."
That's a shame.
Damn.
Yeah.
It is a shame. I mean, 2020 just keeps taking so many people that otherwise, under different circumstances, probably would have lived a little longer.
Yeah, but he's been sick
Oh.
for a while, so it might not be
Yeah.
COVID related, but we don't know yet. But David, is it Prowse or Prose?
Prowse.
Prowse. Yeah, David Prowse, out of all of the Star Wars cast, he's been kind of shafted the most.
Yeah, he never got any returns.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot of money from the movies, which is shouldn't be the case, because if like the suit actor for Chewbacca can make more money than David Prowse can, because it's kind of the same situation too, because both of them weren't doing their lines. Chewbacca was obviously a different situation, but still, like if it's just the suit actor's making decent money, if all of them are, then there's no reason David Prowse should be receiving it.
Especially like, bro, the Mandalorian exists right now, and that is a show where the main character who we care about is suit actor with lines injected, and like the suit actor is really good.
Yeah.
Like half of Mando's personality comes from like
Who
his
is the
very
suit actor?
exact
It's
movements.
it's the actual actor, the guy from Game of Thrones.
I was about to say, so it is Pedro Pascal.
It is him in the suit. I thought it was somebody different. Oh,
Pretty sure it is.
Fact check.
Oh, it is him in the suit.
oh nice. That's cool.
But yeah, and he was most known for thinking that he was going to voice Darth Vader and then getting
The
kind of
weird
recasted
Scottish-
by James Earl
weird-
Jones.
Weird Scottish Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Dude, that would have been hilarious. That dialogue's hilarious. Having Leia
Take
shout
it
in
away.
a Scottish accent.
Take it away.
That'd be more intimidating.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Get her out of here.
Oh, can you do it? Just start quoting Scotty in the middle of it. Wales, Emperor, Wales.
Oh, I now give me a bottle of Macallan, eh?
But
horrible.
evidently we just lost a viewer from that, by the way.
I guess he likes Balvenie.
But he evidently didn't have the best relationship with George Lucas, but who does?
They called him Darth Farmer on set.
Yeah, because of his accent. He had a Cockney accent.
That's great.
And he was also known for breaking several lightsabers because he would swing it too hard.
That's the Sith in him.
Yeah. So, but he was like 6'5", so he's got a lot of, and he was a bodybuilder, so he's got a lot of weight going against
He's
that.
imposing as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, was imposing as hell.
Who's taller, him or the guy that played Peter Mayhew?
Peter Mayhew's taller.
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
would
on a
imagine
whim.
Peter Mayhew's a little bit taller.
Let's see. Peter
Mayhew was 7'2".
Oh yeah, he's almost a foot taller than him. Yeah. So, R.I.P. to him, and thank you for all you've done for Star Wars. Even though, like most of its actors, it ended up being bad for your career.
Unless you're Alec
I
Guinness.
wouldn't.
Mark Hamill
what?
lucked out. Mark Hamill lucked out.
Yeah, Mark Hamill.
Harrison
probably.
Ford did a great job after Star Wars.
Yeah, but he still
Alec Guinness
hates.
didn't have to
gotta
work
roll on
another
Family
day
Guy.
in his life after Star Wars because he took a percentage, and he was one of the only actors that did at the time. Even though he had no faith in this movie.
I would almost say it didn't work out for Harrison Ford because that's the only character people care about, and it's the character that he wishes people would.
That's what I
walk
mean.
up
That
about.
I mean,
everyone
that's debatable. Indiana Jones is pretty iconic too.
Oh, I like.
And I
it
would
more,
say you
but-
can't really like understate the effort that Harrison Ford put into that character. You know,
Yeah, no, he put a lot more effort than he did into
not saying that he didn't put any effort
Harrison
into
Ford,
Han
or
Solo,
into Han Solo
Well,
at times.
but when it came to Indiana Jones, you could tell that like that's his passion project. So I give him the benefit of knowing him for that.
Yeah, he put a lot of effort into Han Solo while secretly whispering to George Lucas, "Please kill me, please kill me, please kill me, please
Kill
kill me."
him! Kill him!
Please don't cast Tom Selleck as Indiana Jones. Thank you.
Don't tell me the odds. I would have been fine with Tom Selleck as.
I mean,
Indiana
Tom
Jones.
Selleck was supposed to be
Harrison
Indiana
Ford
Jones.
said he
They
would
wouldn't let him
come
out of his
back.
Magnum PI contract.
He would come back if they killed him off.
Yeah.
He's so tired of those two roles.
My favorite was his appearance in Rise of Skywalker because it looked like he had just rolled out of bed, number one, and number two, he wouldn't even let them give him a haircut.
Oh no.
I'll just do the fucking scene and right now.
They've definitely filmed that back in 2015.
I want to get the fuck out of here.
100%.
They definitely filmed that back in 2015.
I don't
What a
know if his
shot.
hair was the same length as the 2015 one. So.
His hair was pretty long in 2015.
It was.
Yeah.
It was unkempt.
That's not how it works.
They definitely made him do like a few takes of it and just said, "All right, well, we'll decide how we'll incorporate it."
Was this even a topic of discussion? Was Harrison
No,
Ford
we
there?
just no. But I personally, I would have preferred that they took him out of that scene and replaced it with
Anakin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have
Yeah.
worked better thematically.
I kind of agree with you. I was
Or
happy
was
to see
Luke.
Harrison Ford, but I would have been so much
Let's get this
Luke
over
would've
with. I got a
just-
plane to crash.
like I get it. It was like a Leia. It was a Leia manifestation.
Never
Like,
tell me
Leia
the odds.
manifested. Like I get
Get
it.
off
Leia
my
manifested
plane.
hot. And
Yeah.
it made sense. Like,
Mhm.
but I mean,
Instead of Anakin or Han, it's Luke.
it would have
with
made
two
sense if it was
U's.
an Anakin Force
No, it
Ghost.
should have been Max Rebo.
Who?
Max Rebo.
Max
Or Dash Rendar.
should have been Max Rebo and his band. Those are the ones who appeared to Ben.
Dash Rendar or Dash Rendar? Dash Rendar.
No. What's the name? Max Rebo. It's the elephant dude from the CGI versions of Empire.
Yeah.
Or not Empire.
No, he wasn't
Jedi.
CGI. He was a puppet. He was in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, Return of the
He
Jedi.
was in
that's
he
what-
was the Jabba band. The
Yeah.
CGI you're thinking of is the singer.
Oh yeah, the lip
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
dear Lord.
Oh
Well,
man.
that was a fun rant intro.
What do we have next?
All right, well, back onto more Star Wars. The Mandalorian has started since our last
Okay.
episode. We've
I
all
want to
gone
make my
through it,
one
right?
grievance.
How do we feel about Grogu?
Oh yeah,
Karen's-
spoiler
and
for
everybody who's
for-
Yeah, spoiler
fucking
alert.
complaining.
Come on, you had 4 days, people. If you haven't watched it yet, get the fuck off.
overall
the stream.
spoiler.
Sister,
if
you
might
have
wanna...
no right because it took you 2 goddamn years to watch The Boys.
Yeah, but I fucking watched it in the end.
Okay, we'll discuss that later. But
Guess who fucking watched it?
okay.
Yeah, so
Drug his
Grogu.
girlfriend. Not drug.
So yeah,
girlfriend.
Grogu.
I
like
dragged
the
my
name.
girlfriend to watch it with
fine
me.
with it.
Why is everybody complaining? Why is it like, oh, it needs to be a cuter name? Who the
Grogu sounds
what
like
was
shit
Yoda
that
and
a baby
Yaddle?
would name himself.
It needed to start with a Y.
yogurt?
Yogurt.
Yogru. I would have been cool with Yogru.
he just morphs into Mel Brooks.
I don't like Grogu. I'm a fan. Of
Mando, you need to use the Schwartz.
Oh man,
That's a great Mel Brooks accent.
it. That was great. I'll admit that was great.
I would love to see that voice, but
God
it's
willing,
still,
we'll all
no,
end up
say
in the
it.
Mandalorian
If it's Mel Brooks,
too,
you have
the
to throw in a
search for more
racist
money.
joke, though.
He doesn't even his form doesn't even change. It's just the same puppet and like baby,
He just turns.
but he
slowly
just
going.
has a Mel Brooks voice. Ah,
merchandising.
merchandising.
Mel Brooks doesn't
merchandising.
work.
Baby
in a
Yoda
while.
towels. Baby Yoda hanky. Baby Yoda the
It
flamethrower.
would work so well.
Yeah, I mean Mel Brooks hasn't been doing much in a while.
Yeah, no,
so
get him.
he's like
There has
97.
been so much pull. for
I
the
would love to
longest
see
time.
him in Mando. Actually,
He really wanted a Spaceballs too. Like in the
He really
past like
did.
5 years after
Instead,
the Force
all he-
Awakens came out.
instead, all he got was what is it? Spaceballs, the TV show on
Oh, we
G4 TV.
We don't talk about
which
that.
was basically what Spaceballs was making fun of in a show.
There was a Spaceballs
God.
TV show. I had no idea.
Yeah, it was on G4.
It was so bad. It
Kick
was
your
so
ass at
bad.
Park.
Okay, so back on topic.
Let's be real.
God
we ain't
willing,
calling
yeah.
him Grogu. It's still Baby Yoda. Yeah, for the
No,
most
no,
part.
fuck
It
you.
depends.
I've been calling him.
I'm calling him
Pete
Grogu.
forever.
I'm calling him Grogu because
I know the show's gonna call him Grogu from now on in.
Actually, I honestly think Din is a very impersonal guy. I have a feeling he's just gonna call the kid still.
Well, I think that's a thing that he's going to become
Come on,
more
kid.
fatherly towards him.
it's
Because
Yeah.
someone
that's
said
what
it's gonna be
Ahsoka was
like,
talking to him about.
Finally, there's a good dad in Star Wars.
Yeah. Well,
There-
that's
there's
like
a great thing that
Over-recurring
is just like-
theme. There are no good father
there are
figures in
no
Star
good
Wars.
fathers.
Someone on Twitter pointed out that it's going to be Grogu's just going to be instead when he calls him kid and he doesn't pay attention, it's going to be Grogu and then he just twitches.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna call
Part
you
of
by
me
your
feels
full
like-
name, you little shit.
Part of me feels like he named himself, like, cause him just talking through the Force. I don't know. One of my friends pointed it out to me, and I was like, huh, that does.
Yeah, that
feel
could
the
be like a
case.
nickname.
So
for
I have
himself,
a
Little
timeline
Grogu.
question before we really get into
But
it.
he's also 100, so
Oh, well, I have a
Well, he's
timeline
only, no,
question.
he's only 50. He's only 50.
Yeah,
50?
that's
Oh.
that's what I'm talking about. So, Ahsoka
Yeah.
says that Grogu was at the temple when
Yes.
during the Jedi.
Yes.
That wasn't
30
50
years
years
ago.
ago.
That wasn't 50.
it would have
years
been
ago.
35.
It
So
would
he
have
was
been 35,
15.
But
Okay.
but yeah, okay, it was 15. Well, in that
Probably
case,
35 years.
in that case, he was probably he was probably brought there as a babe. Because the thing you have to remember is the whole thing. I was also watching a video like recently about like Jedi versus Sith and whatnot, and the thing you have to remember is the Jedi specifically do take kids before they are like
Before they can form attachments.
before
and
they're
stuff.
exactly
Yeah.
they take them before they can form attachments. But with the way that like evolutionary biology works, if he's still looking like that at 50 years old, that means that there could have easily been a good period of 20 years or more before they even found the baby.
Mhm.
Like before the Jedi even found the baby. So,
So I think it was just eating rocks at like 29.
yeah, well, as somebody
Committing
pointed out,
genocide.
as somebody pointed out, the amount of like weird frogs and shit that the baby loves to eat, it's very clear why Yoda chose Dagobah.
Oh yeah.
Man was just
yeah.
feasting.
I saw
Man
there was like
just
an article
feasting.
saying he's like the top of the food chain. He's not there on exile. He's there to be the
Ex-predator
apex
on-
predator.
I never thought it like that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like it makes perfect sense.
There's so
But
many
it just-
things with
it
more than
just
2
raises-
legs that are there for him to eat.
I'm
you know?
glad there's this glimpse of Grogu, like what the hell he's doing and where he's been, but it just raises further questions. So he's probably like 15 during the purge. What was he doing? Like, did
Fucking
Yoda?
Someone
Honestly,
probably hid him away.
He was
Did
probably
Yoda
getting hidden
know?
away.
Did
That's
he
exactly
keep him in
it.
a basement? Like I have.
Yoda had to have known
My
since his-
nephew in the basement he shall stay. Steal my ketamine he is.
I mean, he had to have known about him. There's just no way that he
The
did it.
only person that I think could
Teach
have
lessons
known.
on CBT.
The
Shout
only
out to
person
all
I
the
think that-
Photoshop I've seen of the Order 66, and it's just Baby Yoda being horribly photoshopped hiding somewhere.
the only person I really think could have known where Baby Yoda was at any point was Cal Kestis. That's because he had the list for like probably like two,
I know
two
where
parts
he was.
of the game.
I know where he was. He was hosting a talk show where he invited Arthur Fleck on, just like that one picture that I
Oh, yeah.
uploaded the other day.
Yeah, and I don't
You
think
get what you fucking deserve.
so. And I also don't think he would have been a secret to the Jedi. So that means that a lot of Jedi would probably know of his existence,
They
unless he was a clone, which I don't think he is at this point.
I don't think he's a clone. I think like
Why hasn't no one talked about
I honestly
him?
think the Empire might
There
have
has to
found him
be
and
a
had him on
reason.
lockdown. Just
Hopefully we
because
get a glimpse.
Well,
It's
they
a rare
knew
s-
about him.
he's a rare species, so they might have just straight up had him on lockdown because we don't know how he ended up on Navarro. We don't know
There's
how
so
he ended
many.
up there.
Yeah.
There's
And
so
that-
many.
All this is probably going to be explained as time goes, but
Can we all admit, fucking Rosario Dawson nailed it.
Oh, it was amazing.
I was
I
happy
loved
with
every
her
second.
as
I didn't realize she's dating Cory Booker, our senator, our state senator.
Wow.
Stating a Jedi. Well, 3 of our state senators, not Brendan's.
Yeah, I was going to say not Brendan.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't recognize the name.
Yeah.
Cory Booker's one of our state senators.
Yeah, no, I know.
He also could potentially be Speaker of the House one day.
He also
Yeah.
ran for
I
president.
could
Didn't he
see
run
him
for
going into
president?
that.
Did he run for president?
Yeah,
in
and-
2020?
I'd imagine. Yeah.
So
I think
this
he
is
did.
how democracy dies, with a thunderous applause.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
not
Good,
to-
it was
not to
good
make-
for her. Rosario Dawson was perfect.
No,
No,
I'm
she
just
was
quoting
great.
Star Wars.
No, I know.
But the thing
I
is,
know.
the way the Mandalorian's running, that's the thing I'm worried about. Because everybody's like, "Oh yeah, we're getting. Where's the dark saber?
Okay.
Where's
They're gonna be
Admiral Thrawn?"
spin-offs.
So my
It's gonna be
my thoughts
spin-offs.
on this is that
There's going to be spin-offs because nothing's going to
Ahsoka-
continue with the Mandalorian.
no, exactly. That's my thought. Is Ahsoka and Thrawn at this point are both Dave Filoni babies. They're Dave Filoni's field of shit that he's going to take care of. So my theory is this is just giving us a jumping off point for whatever the fuck the sequel to Rebels is going to be. Whatever Filoni has cooking in his head. That's
Simon Pegg
This is
should
just
be
set up
Thrawn.
for that.
I hope it's live action.
Nah,
I
I
wanna
think
see more
I
live
think
action
Anthony
Ahsoka.
Starr. I think it's gonna be Anthony Starr
Why
they
is
need-
everybody
I just-
saying Anthony Starr?
because
Not
he's
the only
going to
because
be
he plays
great as a
because he's-
sociopath.
Because he's popular right now, and everybody wants him to play more of the same character.
He's good. No, because if you're gonna draw someone in with Thrawn, you're gonna have to do it with a big name character.
Simon Pegg.
Frankly, I just want
Why-
the voice
why
actor.
Simon
I
Pegg?
just want the voice
He
actor who
deserves
played him.
it.
The voice actor who played Thrawn in the show looks. Thrawn is partially modeled after him with the high cheekbones and shit. In
I mean,
Rebels,
if it
so-
works, it works.
Yeah.
and plus it would
I don't
add
care
some
who plays
continuity.
him.
It would add
I'm
some
just
continuity
saying.
in the voice at least.
I mean, I don't think Star Wars is keen on that, but
See,
mean-
I think
It's also part of me really wants Hondo to show up in the Mandalorian because part of
Is
me was
he-
like he would be
Is
the
it like-
character who would actually make the most sense from Rebels and Clone
Brendan,
Wars
is
to
it
show
sorry,
up.
we
possible
will never
that
get
he's
a
like
Hondo.
alive though? I mean,
I want Hondo a Star Wars. He's alive at the end of the war. I want Hondo a Star Wars story.
We'll never get a live action.
Hello,
I'm
Master
sorry.
Jedi.
I
No,
me,
but you could
Hondo.
actually. This is after the war, so you could actually just grab what's his name, the voice actor, for him, and he's reasonably old. So you could just put makeup on him and be like, yeah, it's old Hondo.
Except the alien.
I mean,
But
that's what
so
it is.
I think it's a little too early.
Already played.
I think it's a little too early to know if Thrawn's going to be directly connected to the Mandalorian because
no shot.
I don't know because I mean Moff Gideon and
Part of me-
probably has
Well, it
some
looks like-
association
no,
with him.
I think
Part of me doesn't want him to be because Moff Gideon has already been built up as
Yeah.
an antagonist here, and
Yeah, I think
I'm hoping
Gideon's
he's
in the
not
top
just
of
like
his-
the first act antagonist or something.
Yeah.
No,
Something
I want
makes
him
me
to end
think
up
it
like
is.
Snoke,
it
where he's
seems
shot
like
with no
Gideon is the
buildup.
person who kind of like where the buck stops, like where this sect of Empire
Is
branch is like this is-
headed by Moff Gideon.
He had taken stance over
Though-
the past 3 or so years between the war, and
He's a warlord.
stand over this.
Yeah, though I do have the feeling that we are going to be seeing Thrawn in a very
I think it's gonna
in
be
a very
Outlaw.
original books kind of way. In the original like Timothy Zahn kind of way, where he is going to end up becoming some kind of thing. Because Filoni has said he wants to do a sequel to Rebels, and I have a feeling that
Well,
would involve Thrawn and everybody
I
else.
just hope that it leads to a different sequel of events to where that's
Oh
how
yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
a straight retelling of.
I want that's how I want that
Thrawn.
how to be where we get to the new galaxy.
And
to
I
where
doubt it will be because
something bigger
I mean,
going on.
Luke doesn't have kids. Han and Leia only had one kid.
Exactly. And they don't and
all
I
that.
feel like it's good because they don't have the only connection that they have with Ahsoka is they have Anakin Skywalker. That's like the only connection between any of them.
I hope that is the closest we go to having the name
agree.
Skywalker in this goddamn series.
I-
I don't want
I
to hear
think-
that fucking name again.
Well, I feel like it merits being referenced. However,
Okay.
I would rather see them expand like the Jedi we see are like Ezra Bridger, Ahsoka Tano, and then Cal Kestis. Like I hope those are like that's like the outset of what we get.
Well, that's what I like. That's what I actually liked about this. That it took 12 episodes. Was it 12? 12 episodes before we
Yeah.
saw a Jedi, and that
And no one
before
kind
then,
of
it
expected
was
a Jedi,
myth,
in all
or the
fairness.
fact that Mando, in his call, had no idea what a Jedi was.
yeah.
Yeah. In all fairness, I haven't seen many of the fandom kind of like it was like almost an added bonus to see a Jedi get mentioned this early.
Also, somebody mentioned Snoke earlier. There's a little bit of continuity that I have to point out here. When
Continuity in Star Wars?
as in audible continuity that I'm talking about here. That being so when they were in the weird Imperial base about an
Gene's
episode
guy?
ago. Yeah, with Gene's guy, who has subsequently been taken out of the episode in the most
I
George
saw
Lucasonian action that you could commit.
He's taking out, and the audio McClunky is replaced.
McClunky.
I would, but this would be the show to have McClunky in it. But what was I thinking here? So there's a part where they have like the cloning chambers or whatever. I can't remember what the fuck was.
They were back to tanks.
Yeah,
of
like
some
those
sort.
tanks, where a bit of Snoke's theme actually trickles in to that
Really?
episode.
Snoke
bit
has
of
a
the
theme?
actual. There is.
I never
yes,
remember- I
Yes,
don't
there's a
remember that
theme
being
of
a
Snoke apparently, and it happened that. I actually, some of the themes are okay in the new movies. I like Rey's theme. Rey's theme is that like.
I like the original score that they had for.
I could definitely
Force
have a whole
Awakens.
conversation about the score off camera because a lot of it will allow
I
me
can't
to
remember
go.
90% of it.
And I don't want to.
You're not going to get
Off
claimed
camera,
for
I'll
just,
show
for
you
just
my
That was a
favorite
really good
bits.
score. Life Day.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Celebrate.
I think
Anyway,
the score
cannot wait.
for The Force Awakens is probably the best.
Force
of
Awakens
all.
is really good.
I actually think Rise of Skywalker had a very nice score. When I listened to the album, it tied together. I think the whole
can't
series
remember
quite
that movie.
nicely.
And I honestly think the best score is the Mandalorians, but
Yeah. Oh no.
Mandalorian's
right
really
now,
good.
yeah.
Hey, what if we
Ludwig
have a
has
space
been
western?
on point. This was the same guy who did the Black Panther music. I
And
also have to point
Solos was I think
I barely
Rogue
remember
One.
Solo.
Rogue One had a very, very great score.
Yeah, yeah.
The Imperial Suite by Michael Giacchino, very good. It was a very good
Michael
song.
Giacchino. Michael Giacchino is amazing.
there are so many arguments on Twitter right now, which is the best Star Wars movie.
in terms of music, or
in general in the Disney era, and a lot of people are actually arguing that Rogue One was.
I mean, I would agree that it's probably the best one they've released, in my opinion. I know that's controversial among.
See, my weird opinion here is 7's okay because 7, yes, it's just a retelling, but sometimes you need a soft reboot to get things going.
Like, oh, but it's the highest grossing movie of all time. It's like, yeah, because everybody was waiting for it to come
but
out.
I think Rogue One, Rogue One,
what else was?
Rogue
Avatar.
One loses me in the first half because it moves at a breakneck pace, and I can barely keep track of where everyone is.
Well, you know what other
The
movie?
beginning of Rogue One is so jumpy. It
You know
goes from planet to planet to planet.
There's another iconic.
There's only
movie
3 planets they go to.
that does not start like. I was watching this the other day and I noticed that it moves very fast. Captain America. I know this isn't a Star Wars movie, but Captain
I
America
haven't seen Captain America in a long
moves
time.
around.
It does
so
move very
quickly.
fast.
It's one of my favorites.
And I love it. And I love it because it has one of those natural points where you're allowed to move things forward, which is him appearing at the shows. It allows the plot to just go quickly
because
and
it's
not
exactly
because it's got that continuity. Put a bullet in your best guy's gun.
I feel like it's just that kind of fits in with just like the storytelling that a lot of these directors try to go with, where you got to keep it with the action.
Maybe
that's what a
if
lot of people
Rogue
look
One
for.
Red
It's not like
Skull
we're
Returns
watching.
had more musical segments.
What'd you say?
maybe if somebody you know just sang in Rogue One, I'd be more about it.
I'm gonna log off this call.
We could, there's a famous song, one sung by Leo. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, our show just starts breaking out in song.
When Leia's given the Death Star plans and Captain Antilles says, "What have they given us?" This is what she does.
So hold on, I got something to point out here. I like
wow,
how I don't think Luke is in this scene, but he's pictured.
No, Luke appears there. So the context for this. Okay, we'll go back to the Mandalorian.
We gotta stop going back.
See, there he is. Why is he there?
No, so the context for this scene is that they all touch this weird crystal ball thingy.
What the hell
and
is
they all
Han?
teleport to this weird extra-dimensional place, which begs the question of why the fuck did Han have to actually get Chewie to the planet when he could have just touched the crystal ball and teleported there?
Harrison Ford is
That
legitimately
is a
considering
true quote.
suicide
Carrie
in
Fisher
this scene.
says she was high enough not to remember this special.
Oh man,
special.
that's great. Well,
Apparently she was high on coke.
They
for
put
this.
the Christmas special on when she wanted people to leave her house.
Watching Princess Leia sing seeing after watching Pitch Meeting.
Oh, there's sister.
Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. You have become one with the Force. Hopefully
Harrison
not one
Ford's
with the
face
sea.
is just the
He's
best.
again.
Oh man.
Oh, we've lost him. But so I've liked Mando this season so far. I don't think so far that I've liked it as much as the first season. Granted, the first season has that whole aspect of it's fresh, it's new, it's actually good Star Wars content.
Then the second season was just like, hey, we're opening in a Western.
Yeah, it's
the first 2 episodes of this season are some of the best content that this show has had.
And it's so cowboy walks up to town in the middle of nowhere. It's just like
man rolls into town and takes a job.
Literally, he goes to a town with no name in the first episode. Like
Timothy Olympia was great. It's a shame that the way these
Oliphant.
episodes are rating, because I want to see all these characters.
I
again.
want more of the Marshal. I want more of the fucking Marshal so bad. Hence why I'm wearing a shirt that would go well with his armor. The Marshal was really fun. That whole episode was fun because it is just straight up a 3-act Western within like 50 minutes.
Honestly, my favorite quote from the series so far is literally Timothy Olympia going, sometimes the 2 suns do shine on a Womp Rat's tail. And I'm just like,
Also,
God.
I liked that his speeder bike, and people have pointed this out. His speeder bike, the thing that's cool about it is it's made from the same kind of engine that Anakin's pod racer was made from.
No, that was
like
it wasn't.
base
It's
of-
not. You're not talking about Mandos, right? It's the.
No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about the Marshals. The Marshals.
Yeah,
His-
I noticed that too.
It's a
Same
pod
kind of
racer
engine.
engine with a seat
Which
on it.
essentially my assumption is, I mean, a lot of people are gonna go with the whole like, oh, it's Luke's, it's Luke, or it's Anakin's, it's his dad's,
and then, but I'm just going with like,
It's only been baking out in the sun for like
it
4
probably
years.
just got that design probably just got popular after a kid would have raced with it.
No, it's some Star Wars equivalent of a motorhead who's just like, hey, what if I put a fucking seat on a pod racer engine?
It really is that.
Let me rev up that baby. That's what happened.
I also like there have been so many well done scenes in this season that have just been like that show that you don't need much. For example, the scene where Mando lets the guy take the jetpack, and all he does is just beep.
Yeah. That
It's
was
like
great.
Yoda.
Oh,
He's
the
So
just-
it's like
entire
you're
shot is
saying-
just him and the baby watching the guy go up and come down.
it's just-
It's almost like he's saying, "Yeah, this guy's an idiot." No, it's off him.
But yeah, no, like this season has been introducing so many cool characters that I want to see more of, and it pains me that we don't get to see more of them. Because what is it? What's his name in the last episode? Fucking Michael Bean, Sergeant fucking Hicks playing just that random merc dude.
Oh,
who
yeah,
Mando
yeah.
fights. Which also, my friend pointed out to me, how cool is it that we got a scene that was an Old West gunfight paired with like
Jedi stuff.
paired with like a samurai fight going on in the next neighborhood.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
I liked
It was
how we
awesome.
I like the more into weapons that can fight off against lightsabers, which is pretty cool.
I'm just
I didn't know
I'm just
Mando's
personally-
armor could do that, which
That
is cool.
staff is gonna come in so fucking useful.
Well,
I'm
they-
just so
no,
happy
she,
that
she destroyed
yeah.
it. So,
wait,
no,
she
she
wait,
didn't.
no,
Oh,
she
no, she
gave it
didn't.
to him
She
at
gave
the
it
end of the
to him. She gave it
episode.
she gave it to him. I thought she cut it in half. So
No, she
I
He
would've
just
just
like, he's like, I can't take it. I didn't finish the job.
No,
and I was
dude.
like, and I appreciate that. Take the spear.
he's like, I ain't
Yeah.
fucking with no Jedi.
Like there's so
I just
much
like that argument. I didn't
there's
finish
so
the
much cool
job.
shit this season.
I just like that argument though. I can't take it. I didn't finish the
didn't
job. I was
finish
like,
the
and she
job.
appreciates that, so take the spear.
yeah.
A lot of people were like, I saw some people complaining about there being like creases and folds and wrinkles in Ahsoka's head to Gruda head
I knew
thingy.
there was gonna
dress,
be like
yeah.
people are gonna
And-
be very.
And it's like,
picky.
do you not have skin?
Yeah.
Do you not wrinkle?
She's also like
let me
50
be, let me
at
be
this
very
point.
nitpicky, bringing an animated character into live action.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that. The people who do that are.
Oh, how
like,
dare you make her tentacle thingy smaller?
I was just like, I can't listen to those
0
people.
out of
Those
10.
people have no credibility.
Why
to
isn't
me.
she running around in basically a bikini like she was in Clone Wars?
Why isn't she running around in a bikini like when she was a teenager, Kavanki?
What the fuck?
I don't know why I took that in the direction of
Professor
Dr.
Fink.
Professor
They're called
Frank, but
Her
I
head
did.
tails are called Leku, by the way.
Leku.
Laku.
Wikipedia has an
Googled
answer for
that.
everything.
It's
My
actually
favorite was
Baby Yoda,
comicbook.com.
My favorite
Really?
was when Wikipedia had an article on boobs and water.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
non-canon and legends?
Yeah, they I'm
did
pretty
have
sure
an
there
arcade
is an
section.
article in like sex and stuff, and it's like
There are so many weird articles on Wikipedia, which is kind of what I used to love about Star Wars was
Water. The
I
fact
could
that-
look at anybody in any scene and probably pull up an article about.
they have
their
a timeline
entire
that goes
backstory.
back like 10,000 years, like probably
Like,
even more. It's
There's
Water.
a whole
It's
there's a whole
millions of years.
backstory for what's his name, fucking Scumbagano, who was the guy who offered to give Obi-Wan death sticks.
People gotta start making fun of like Star
You don't wanna
Wars
sell me
names.
death
It's
I
just
love
like,
the amount of weirdos that we've seen this season too.
Oh,
though, 'cause
man.
it's like you've got
So-
the frog people, you've got the fucking ant who plays cards with the mechanic lady.
Yeah. yeah.
What species is he? Just an ant.
The
Like,
Gene
what is
He's
guy.
a fire
Called
ant.
him-
Why does
she
everything
called
have to
him
have a?
something.
Why does
called
everything
him,
have to
like-
have an extraordinary name? He's just a fire ant.
She called him like a nickname too. I forget, Mr. Mandibles.
Mr. Mandible.
Mr. Mandibles.
I love her. She's
Mandalorian.
great.
Yeah, no, seeing Cara Dune, seeing Carl
Grief
Weathers come
Karga.
back as well.
Grief Karga.
Yeah, which Carl Weathers apparently directed episode 4.
Yeah, he
Oh
did
yeah,
a
and
great
you
job.
could and you
Yeah.
could tell because it was
Yeah.
such a different pace.
Yeah, it was a very different. It was a very different pace. The second that I saw Tiny Baby trying to steal the cookies from another child, I was like, yeah, I'm about this episode.
I immediately knew
There's a
this
ghost
was
in your room, Mike.
Carl Weathers made this an '80s movie episode, and you
Yeah.
can just tell by the fucking pacing.
This makes me want them to get Shane Black to make an episode. Can you imagine how fucking good that would be?
With the team of directors they have, I'd imagine they'll
One more
bring
time, you would
anyone who
deviate.
wants
Like
to
want him to
contribute.
direct
I would
more.
love them to because like I know Dave Filoni's directed, and Dave Filoni actually made an appearance. He
was
was one
he?
of the Rebel pilots.
Oh,
Or the New Republic pilots. He was the not Asian space Asian one. Yeah, he was the other guy who was apparently named Wolf, which is very on point for Dave Filoni. He really is a guy
likes
who really likes wolves a lot.
All right. Well, we've been talking about the Mandalorian for like an hour now.
we
I
have.
think we should move on.
Sure.
Just want to
'cause we have
say,
a
did
lot-
anyone else notice the Loth Cat in the last episode? Too?
Yeah.
Yes, I like the
I
Loth Cat.
thought Ezra was gonna be like her backup because I saw the Loth Cat. I was losing it. I was like, what the fuck is gonna happen?
If we ever see Ezra again.
You have to
We
wait
will.
for Dave
We
Filoni's
will.
Rebels 2.
He's gonna figure out how to bring him in, and it'll be
Rebels 2
amazing.
season 1.
I just hope he's not Space Aladdin. I really
I
don't.
feel bad for Mando. How many places has he been sent each fucking episode?
Loth Cat, living the good life.
I knew the second he's like, I'll go back and get the kid. I'm just like, she's gonna fucking send him somewhere else.
Yeah. Hey, as anybody who's ever played D&D will tell you, no adventure is a straight line, and straight line adventures are not fun.
True.
You don't get
Never
to
played
meet
D&D
anyone.
before.
All right. Well, anyway, that is our Mandalorian discussion. We probably how many more episodes are in this season? Do we know?
If it's anything like last season, there might be 3 more.
3 more.
I
yeah.
think
I'd imagine
'Cause
it's gonna have a
usually-
longer run than 8.
it's okay. I have no idea. Last season,
I'm unsure personally, but usually a pilot season usually gets a shorter run than the
Yeah.
rest of the seasons.
fair.
So we'll see what happens because we're definitely gonna get more stuff with Moff Gideon and his supposed droid army that he's making.
I don't know if it's droids. It might be Dark Troopers.
Or it might be Dark Troopers.
They look
yeah.
like Dark Troopers.
Who knows?
Okay, no. So it is going to be an 8 episode season, I think.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm fine with that. It's the perfect length.
I think so too. I agree. Because
It's not like, and I do want to say this, it's not like the Marvel shows that were on Netflix where they were 13 episodes and it felt like they had the content of about 10 episodes. So when you were about to finish it off and it would be a really good end to the season, they were like, oh, no, villain got away. Got to finish it now.
yeah.
Different way.
yeah. I think that it's almost being done like it's one big movie.
Yeah.
And that's I think the best way to make these kind of stories where it's such a robust universe that they've created to where you need to make these if it's going to be live action it has to be cinematic and it has to be you know the real deal.
Where's our Star Wars sitcom?
It'll happen. Believe me.
Honey, did you feed the Loth Cat?
It's gonna happen. Just what it's
They made a
probably gonna
Star
be
Trek
Lego,
sitcom called Lower
but it'll
Decks.
happen. But yeah. So let us know what you think about the current season on our social medias and YouTube and all that. But for now, we're gonna move on because at this time of year, this is when we're starting to see kind of award shows, I guess. And right now we're gonna talk about the Game Awards that are coming out for 2020.
Oh boy.
There's the ghost.
It's fucked up.
So the Game Awards 2020. So I originally was going to go through. Well, first I wanted to talk about the PlayStation and Xbox originally, and I was going to go through all the 1-star reviews.
Oh boy.
For them both, but a lot of them are complaints about bots, like thousands of them are about complaining about people using bots to buy things, and then the other half is people just going just buy other console.
Microsoft won't let me vape into the Xbox.
It won't blow up. It won't blow a pong ball up in the air.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sad.
Yeah, so
But
we're gonna go through the nominations. So first off, we're gonna go with the game of the year.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna have some gamer moments when it comes to some of these, but
Oh yes, I will.
Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Last of Us Part 2. Now we all know the elephant in the room with Last of Us, but I haven't.
Last of Us Part 2 went on for too long.
I haven't played it.
Notice what game is not on that list.
You're right. Life of Black Tiger.
What game is not on that list?
Death Stranding.
It won
Yeah.
PC
That was
Game of the
released
Year though.
last year.
That was last year.
That was last
Really?
year.
I thought it was this
That
year
was
too.
last year. No, it was only released
Thought
on
it carries
PC
over.
this year.
It was released on PC this year. That's why I won a PC award.
Did it win anything last
it
year?
did win best. Well, did it win best? Did it win Game of the Year
All right,
last
well,
year?
I guess you guys got to
I don't think
replace
so.
me on this
It didn't.
podcast
It won.
now.
It won 2 other awards though.
Yeah.
All right, well,
But
It won
so
well enough.
'cause
obviously
everybody
the
loves
most
a good walking sim.
obviously the most
Yes, I do.
reaction was The Last of Us Part 2, since a lot of pro gamers are really upset about it. I haven't played it yet, but a friend of ours that played it, Mark, he is not the typical lay Reddit gamer that's like
He usually finds
criticizing
the
it.
good in everything he plays.
Yeah, criticizing it simply because of certain factors in the plot that
There's
certain,
a woman.
certain
Get rid
gamers
of
get
this
upset
game.
about. Yeah, exactly. But he told me that he thought the story was really boring and he wasn't a fan of it. So I take his
Yeah.
word for it. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is a beautiful game. It's visually striking. So, in a lot of other aspects,
I'll probably try to play it next year. I don't want to pay full price for that game because
yeah, I want to wait for a price drop.
We actually, me and a couple of my friends talked about this. It is a very beautiful game. It is one of the most beautiful games striving for photorealism that you can find. But my issue is the fact that most of the game doesn't show that off and just shows us the usual apocalyptic cityscapes that we've been used to.
You need dark gray
Fucking Call of Duty
mixed
4.
with slight dark blue or dark green.
Like,
Depending on
they're-
the setting.
The early segments and the end segments of that game are very pretty. You've got a lot of snowy areas. You've got a lot of greenery. You've got all sorts of cool stuff. There's a whole segment in the museum that's really cool. And then the entire middle section of the game all takes place in like Seattle, and it's just looks fucking boring as shit.
Because it's Seattle.
Because it's
Yeah.
But so
I was waiting
out
for
of the choices,
There
I
goes our
would probably
3
have
Seattle
to say,
listeners.
out of the choices, I would probably have to say Ghost of Tsushima deserves
Ghost so far has earned it
Yeah.
for me.
Ghost of
Those
Tsushima.
games that I've actually played this year.
it. Doom Eternal was
yet to
fun.
play it,
Doom
but-
Eternal was fun, but didn't add a lot to what already was established.
It's Doom. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's Doom as can be.
It's not. It's not. You don't play it
I'd
for
say
a
its biggest-
deep cinematic and plot experience.
I'd say the
Excuse
biggest
me, Have you
competition.
even watched Doom 2004?
I'd say the biggest
Yes, I
competition
have.
Ghost
Fantastic.
has is Animal Crossing.
Not really.
I mean, Animal Crossing is probably higher on the list than I think Doom Eternal.
I've seen a lot of my friends who are big Animal Crossing fans complain about it because they're just now adding shit that was like there on launch
But to
in
be
previous
fair,
Animal Crossing entries.
Animal Crossing broke so many records because
Yeah, it
it was
did.
released at the perfect time for humanity.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my goodness, we all have to go inside. Animal Crossing it is.
Might as well collect shells at the
Look,
same
I bought
time.
dude. I bought a Switch. Literally, the only game I wanted to play on it first was Animal Crossing.
Oh, I love Animal Crossing.
I love it too. But
It's just
but in the reality,
Animal Crossing can be ironed down to a very specific set of steps. I love Animal Crossing. I will play it every day. I have forgotten about Animal Crossing.
yeah,
so many
that's-
of my villagers are dead, and my
I come back
garden
to
is
Animal
overgrown.
Crossing. The city is on fire. Plague has spread to the
plants.
Animal Crossing is pretty much like that Tamagotchi you get for
I
Christmas.
log on and it's then Fallout 76.
You get it. You get it. You look
The
at it.
frogs
It's like,
are eating each other.
You have this. Say this is my Tamagotchi. You have this Tamagotchi, and you say, "I am going to take care of you," as
And then
if
I
you were
throw it
my
at the
own
wall.
son or daughter, and I will cherish you forever and ever.
Look, man.
And then the new Pokemon game comes out, and you're like, "Man, fuck you." I have
Exactly.
It is collecting
That's how
dust,
Animal
I will
Crossing
admit
always
it.
will and always has been.
But sister, look, man. Once I got to make a Tommy Wiseau shrine because I got enough things.
Yeah. I did
After
the same
that,
thing.
was actually when I stopped.
Another friend
making
of the
it.
show, Tommy Wiseau.
My friend likes
because
to
they were-
recreate movie scenes in Animal Crossing.
Because I was
and
able to
he's-
get
he's
an
very
art
good at it.
gallery. Because I was able to get an art gallery, so I got the Tommy Wiseau print, and somebody got me a football as a gift, and a wood podium.
Johnny.
So I got the wood podium, the football, and then Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
in my
He was
back
my
room
flag
that I
for my
use as a
town.
bathroom.
Tommy
my
was
back
my
room that I
flag.
made into a bathroom.
But I would say, so Animal
Yeah.
Crossing was great, but it didn't really add a lot.
Tsushima for me.
It didn't bring a lot to the table that wasn't already there. So I probably would say Ghost deserves it, but I definitely think Last of Us is going to win. I kind of hope it wins just to see the
I
amount of
think-
people get
didn't-
pissed off over it.
Did they not happen already?
No,
See,
it
my
comes
gripe is in.
Okay.
2 weeks. I think it's the 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think my gripe is that like employees didn't get paid, and then you show off how much this sold, how many records it broke, and it's just like
Wait for what?
Last of Us 2, and that's the reason I didn't want to buy it at release because I wanted to see what this game was, and then I heard the reports,
Also,
I heard of the
they-
leaks, and how Neil Druckmann is it Druckmann? How do you
Okay,
say
the
his
stuff
name?
about him and Laura Bailey is completely untrue.
Oh, it is.
Laura Bailey put those rumors to bed. For one,
Okay,
for
all
one,
right,
the
I take it
character
back
that they
then.
said was in that scene was not even a character who remotely looks like Neil Druckmann.
Okay, I take that back then.
People shopped that stuff. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go through a few more of these here. So best narrative.
Yeah, keep going because there's some good choices.
Best narrative, we have 13 Sentinels. Not familiar with that one. Final Fantasy 70. Final Fantasy 7. Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Last of Us. Ghost would probably be
Ghost
up
of
there.
Tsushima
Hades,
has
I've heard,
such a
is really
great
good.
Last of Us.
I need to play Hades.
Yeah, I've
still.
heard good things about Hades.
Wait, did you just say the Ghost of Tsushima has a great Last of Us?
No, the Ghost of between the Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us.
Ah,
Yeah.
I want it. I want it to be Ghost of Tsushima. It's gonna
I
be
want
Last
Ghost.
of Us
Ghost is really good.
because Ghost was.
I haven't
It
finished
is.
Ghost
It brought
yet.
back the cinematic of that story of that. You know that.
I'm still working on finishing Ghost. You'll be happy, Munchie. I've made it to the second island.
God,
And I'm
dude, finish
still
the
there.
fucking story.
No, I need to play the side quests.
Fuck the immense background and all of the things you can do. Finish the fucking
You're
story.
gonna be so leveled up that you're just gonna smack the Mongols.
Oh, I am.
And then
No,
it's-
I can already see it happening because I have very few things left to buy.
yeah.
He just comes up to one of the Hun leaders and literally just one shots him. I need
I
to
can't
see
wait.
your gameplay video of just.
This is
Yes,
how I play
finally we
games.
meet. Shink.
So we're gonna do best score in music. Doom Eternal. I really,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a meme.
Go
Final
ahead, Doom
Fantasy
Eternal, take
7,
it.
Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps,
I've heard
and The Last of Us 2. I've seen a
I
lot
think
of that.
Ori's
movie.
gonna
I
get it.
want Doom to win
Take
for the
it,
meme
Doom.
of
Yeah.
it. I want
Nick
Doom
Gordon.
to win for the meme of it so bad.
See, I'll even forgive the fact that they released the album unfinished, the soundtrack to it, so that it was completely unmixed, and it just doesn't. It sounds awful.
Sounds like Doom soundtrack.
So best audio design of Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and The Last of Us 2.
I would do Half-Life Alyx. On
Yeah,
the sole
I would
fact
say
that
Half-Life Alyx. It was a
It's
pretty.
probably half like yeah.
Half-Life Alyx and
will-
I'm starting to play Westworld VR. I'll go into my VR segment I want to talk about.
I will say Ghost of Tsushima deserves some points for sound design, just off of the amount of the how little I have to actually use a map in this game, thanks to sound. Is
Yeah,
impressive.
and the wind.
God, I
I
love the
never
wind.
have to look at a map because the wind,
The wind is
sound
really cool.
it all keeps like that's the thing that I love Red Dead Redemption 2, but Red Dead Redemption 2 half the time I'm just staring at the fucking mini map.
Or you should do what I do on Red Dead Redemption 2. I go to a point and then enter cinematic mode, which is just my horse riding across the marked map I do.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to pay attention because I was on my phone, and then you just have like a carriage come forward, and then you just fucking fall over. But depending on what happens, you can just get up and stand there, or what I love what happens is that Arthur will just or you'll get up and Arthur will just keep walking.
Well, okay.
Goodbye,
So
old boy.
we have best performance, and these are for the voice actors: Ashley Johnson as Ellie for The Last of Us, Laura Bailey as Abby in The Last of Us.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna try to pronounce Jin's voice actor. Daisuke Suji.
Yeah.
Suji.
Yeah.
For Jin Sakai. That's probably my choice. Logan Cunningham as Hades, and Najee Jeter as a teenager with exaggerated swagger of a black teenager.
I honestly thought at first when that came out, I was just like, oh,
I thought it was a late gamer moment too.
I thought it was gamers like, oh my god, these gamers are fucking horrible. I hate being a part of
And
this
then it's in
community.
the fucking script.
And it's just like, oh no, it was a legitimate review.
It was
So
GameSpot.
what the So I'll also say, while I love the voice acting in Ghost of Tsushima, I can't actually say that I like Daisuke's voice acting because I haven't used the English dub to the game.
Oh, you've been
playing it in Japanese. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
wow,
been
you
playing
went
it in
full
the
weeb.
Japanese dub, and it's actually kind of a weeby reason that I like that I like. Oh god.
Stop.
It's kind of a weeby reason that I like the voice because the guy played Mugen
I don't wanna keep
in
getting in
Samurai
trouble.
Champloo in the Japanese dub.
So have we all watched the interview with exaggerated swagger of a black teen?
I have
haven't
not.
actually. All I've seen is
So
only
this
heard
is a
of it.
legitimate
All I've seen is-
GameSpot review, and this guy wrote this script like he had to fill a word count. and this is what we got.
The way he leaps off of rooftops and flips backwards to face the camera before falling into a headfirst dive is just full of the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. It gives me goosebumps every time he does it.
So being black is in is all. I guess.
Well,
I guess it's
simple.
I guess
gotta
it's a
be black by
style
popular
choice.
demands.
Yeah.
Why is one of your recommendeds other than Chris Chan? Why is there Bruce Willis? What is that video?
Oh, it's Ralph the Movie Maker. He does reviews. It's he's
okay.
doing
So,
all the
yeah.
Bruce Willis movies.
It
I
just
guess
looks
it's
all the same.
I do have to admit though, I do love myself some Scott the Waz.
I
love
guess.
Scott the
I
Waz.
guess Miles is just black by popular demands.
Yeah, like it makes it. He made it seem like his ethnicity is a style.
There's
And
a
it's
scene
just-
like
No,
you know
that
when-
is not a quote from me. That is a quote from a shirt that I saw on Turk in Scrubs.
Everyone's
You know,
trying to get Brian Michael Bendis just like triggered over his creation.
Remember from Into the Spider-Verse, like when and everybody's going, he's like, do you have like the trained skills of a
Do you have the exaggerated?
And then it's
swagger
just
of a
Nick
black
Cage,
teen?
and then somebody voices in his very bad Nick Cage accent. Do you have the exaggerated swagger? Of
the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
Yeah, but when that meme first came out, like all the shit posting groups that I'm in were like talking about it, and people's immediate response was like, "Oh, it's gamers being gamers, it's gamers being gamers." But no, it's legit.
It's game reviewers being gamers.
Yeah, it's just
I'm so actually surprised he hasn't gotten more backlash for that comment.
I'm sure he has, but I don't think anyone knows who the reviewer is. I don't think
I do
anyone's
like it
gonna
because
go and care.
everybody just assumes it was a game.
Yeah, but it's hilarious. But anyway, back to the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Best performance. I haven't played Miles Morales yet, so I don't know. But like I said, I think Jin.
I've watched it with my
He did
if
great.
doesn't
He did
get
great
it,
in the original game, but
the big
so
it's if it's not the two Last of I'm just ignoring the Last of Us actors because it might there's a good chance it might be them. But if
I hope it
it's not,
sweeps. I really do.
Ashley Johnson's performance as Abby was actually very like what I will say is performances in The Last of Us are fine. Abby's performance is great. Ellie's performance is great. Joel and One's performance is great. Like
Even the
but-
dog they killed, that performance was great.
Okay, yeah, no. So about that, they really hyped up the fact that they would have people shout names and shout places and stuff like that was some kind of new mechanic. When Fear fucking One had that back in 2004.
Remember in Heavy Rain?
Batman
Remember
had
Heavy
it.
Rain? That girl.
He's
that girl
behind
was
the he's behind the couch. He's behind the couch. Oh.
Batman had it. Like the Arkham games had it. Like
I'll say the Mafia remake has it.
yeah. But
Get back here, Batman.
let's move on here. So
I am Darkseid.
best ongoing, we have Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and get ready for this one, No Man's Sky.
What?
Can you say that again? Your
Fuck
audio
it,
cut.
give it to No Man's Sky. I don't care.
Did you guys
Your
not hear
audio
me?
cut. What was the last
You
one?
know,
No Man's
Warzone's
Sky
gonna get
is
it.
the
No
final
Man's
one.
Sky deserves it.
I
No
think,
Man's
I
Sky-
think they do.
What?
Has gone from 0 to 100.
Nah, I think
On their
Warzone's gonna
updates.
get it.
Warzone's
Oh
probably
no!
gonna get it, but I
Oh
think-
no! It's absolutely not. Like I'm talking
gonna
like
be
No
Warzone
Man's Sky
because of
deserves it, but it doesn't. It's not going to get it.
It's gonna be Warzone because of the Barstool Sports Bros. That's all they fucking play.
I want my Fortnite.
Sorry, I hate Barstool now, but
I
mean,
have 3 friends that work at Barstool now.
well, fuck them. So
Oh,
They don't work at Barstool. They work at Penn National Gaming. That just happens to be partnered with Barstool.
fuck them.
I think that part gets me so frustrated because I can't. I mean, I might be wrong, but just to me, it seems like they don't work at Barstool. They work more with like the gaming company that sponsors Barstool.
I'm gonna talk
Sportsbook.
shit, and then like the one person who listens
I
to
just,
Barstool.
I just
and
don't
our
know why it
podcast is
triggers
gonna
me
send
so
it to
much.
fucking Dave
And it's nothing
Portnoy.
against them, but
Bungie, I'm coming for you.
Fuck,
All right,
fuck
so-
them because Barstool's
sorry.
just a
You know,
personality.
my friends, those friends know who they are, and I'm sorry, but
I just
To-
don't pay
to
attention.
move
So I'm
on
sorry for
here
your friends,
anymore.
but I don't like people who like Barstool because it's a personality. It turned into a
Yeah.
personality that I just don't like.
to move on,
I
we
like
have the
eggs.
best mobile games. We have Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, Legends of Runeterra, Pokemon Cafe Mix. I have no idea what that was.
It's Pokemon Cafe. It's adorable. It's Pikachu sipping coffee.
Oh my god, I need to play this.
Notable exclusion, Raid Shadow Legends.
That is true. Read Shadow Legends.
I can't wait for the show to be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
They haven't been answering
Noted
my
friend
emails,
of the show, Raid Shadow Legends.
but neither.
Oh
is
no,
Outlaw
I meant the
Soaps.
Game Awards.
Oh, but isn't Among Us a 4-year-old game? It just got popular this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been out for a while.
So
I
what
think that maybe
qualifies that?
I honestly think maybe the
I don't know.
mobile version only.
Oh,
dropped
maybe
this
that's
year.
true.
That's
Maybe.
that's my thought is why it might be in the mobile section specifically.
Yeah, it's weird that it wasn't on Best Ongoing, was it?
Yeah, no. So I think
That's odd.
there's a cooler version of Among Us we should play when I finally get a PC, and it's like something Spacemen, and it's like Among Us but 3D and more in depth.
There's a VR version of Among Us
Oh god.
that looks pretty cool.
Oh my god, it was so funny. I saw a skit where it was just like everybody's looking at the one that made him like it wasn't like a full person, it was like a mini guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just walking around, everybody's like, oh my god, he's so adorable. And then like one of them come up and then he just gets cut in half because he's the imposter. And then everybody just starts screaming. It's like, oh my god, he's so cute. Shink.
Yeah, I don't really play mobile games, so
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
haven't
do
played
it,
mobile
Among Us.
games and
I've played
Forever.
Among Us, so I'll give it to
I
I
that.
have it
Among
on
Us and I
Steam because I
enjoyed
wanted that they've earned the $3.
Yeah, I have it on Steam too. one of the few
so
games that my
best
current laptop will
best
run.
community support. We
Fall
have
Guys.
Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valerian.
I think
No Man's
The
Sky.
fuck is Valerian?
Valorant.
I just want
Oh, that's the
I want
game
No
by
Man's Sky
those
to win
yeah,
that
people
one
who are subservient to the
completely because of
Chinese, right?
Internet Historian.
See, I think it's gonna be Apex Legends because they're still releasing new content.
It's
and
probably gonna
like
be
3 years
Apex.
old.
Well, so is No Man's Sky.
And Fortnite.
No, well, what? Okay, I don't really know how to defend myself on that one, to be quite honest.
Now all I want
I
is
think I would
Fortnite
toss her.
and Marcus Brownie.
Godspeed to the Destiny fan base. I can't imagine caring about anything that much.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, for real for a second. They care so much about that game.
I remember when the first Destiny
think
launched.
I could
When the first Destiny
ever-
launched, I had so many friends that were just so into the grind of it,
I
and
didn't
it's just
get
like
it. I couldn't.
I was like, it's a lame
couldn't get
shooter.
into it
Like,
either.
what do you?
I couldn't
Like,
get into it
I
either.
love
even
you,
when
Bungie,
Destiny
and
2, like I
there's
bought
really
Destiny 2
cool-
and I was just like, I played
There's
it with
some really
friends.
cool. Destiny is to me better read than it is played. I like reading
Yeah.
the lore of Destiny more than I
That's
like
exactly
actually
it.
playing the fucking game. There's some interesting shit in there.
Then they killed off Cade in the DLC, and I was just like, then what's the point of me fucking going back into
To
this?
be fair, I know why they
Spoiler.
killed off Cade. It was to show we.
It's
mean
it's a
now.
2-year-old spoiler, Mike.
I know.
No,
I know.
but the
DLC.
reason they killed off Cade was because they were like, you know what Cade was in the early trailers? He was the ha ha fun. It's a game, and they were like, hey, we want to make it so that this DLC is taken seriously. What can we do to make it sound serious? Kill off Deadpool.
Yeah.
Look, man, you killed off the one thing voiced by Nathan Fillion, and you've like, what interest left
And
do I have in
the
this
funny
game?
thing was, he wasn't even voiced by Nathan Fillion in that DLC. He
Wait,
became
really?
another Nolan.
So there's some of the genre categories. We're coming up to those, but I'm gonna start skipping over some of these. So best action adventure, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's early for them, or that's pretty.
Damn.
That's a pretty quick
It's just
turnaround.
like competition.
Whew, really,
Ghost of
really got it in there.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Exaggerated swagger.
I've
Ori
watched
and the
it,
Will
yeah.
and the Wisps. Jedi Fallen Order.
I'm surprised that's the first time that game appeared on the
Damn.
list.
Yeah.
That game sure came out a long time ago. That was like RE4 when it came out. It came out at the beginning of the year, except RE4 managed to sweep the fucking awards.
I think the game deserved to be in Game of the Year
Yeah.
over Doom Eternal
It
or
was-
something like Last of Us.
I thought it was pretty
Doom
great.
Eternal.
And well, The Last of Us Part 2 was also in that category.
I mean,
I've only played Ghost, and I'm waiting till I have a better.
also when
play
you think about
Valhalla.
it, like on paper, a lot of people were saying before it came out, the Avengers game was going to be Game of the Year worthy, but that
Oof.
Valhalla so bad.
So,
I'm so
That was such a
disappointed.
waste of money for
I
me.
wasted $60 on that game. I haven't even
should've
played it
bought it.
once because
Hey.
no one plays it.
Hey,
I should have bought it
Hawkeye
on
comes
a
out
sale a year
soon.
from
I
now.
don't care.
No one wants
Comes
to
out
play
soon.
it.
It's like
Kate Bishop
8
comes
months
out
from
soon
now.
enough. I can't wait.
so I
It's
guess
not
it was a
this year.
slow year for fighting games because
Yes, it was very.
we
slow
have
fighting.
Pretty much.
So
Wait,
there's
read
there's
the
one
fighting games. This is my
General.
favorite.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I have no idea what that is. Mortal
Keep
Kombat
going.
11, the Ultimate Edition. So they're talking about the re-release of Mortal Kombat.
Keep
Street
going.
Fighter 5 Champion Edition, which I also think is a re-release.
Street
One
Fighter
Punch
5's a
Man,
four-year-old
a hero nobody
Mike,
knows.
Mike, repeat the last one.
One Punch Man, hero nobody knows.
I think One Punch Man deserves to win.
I think it's the
It's a
only
pretty
original
good
one that
fighting
came
game.
out.
One Punch Man is
Well-
a great gimmick because if you're not Saitama, the goal of the game is literally to fight a guy long enough that he comes.
And Under
he
Night
comes? What?
Under Night in Birth, EXE. I don't.
So Brendan, have you ever watched the One Punch Man previews?
I haven't.
So the premise is that it's a fighting game. It's like the same thing as like the JoJo fighting game. There's
Yeah.
somewhat of a story, but not really.
Yeah.
But then the premise is if you're like Bike Man and you're fighting a bad guy, there's literally One Punch Man in like a window in the corner with a timer, and it's just him running to the fight. So you have to fight long enough for him to come over and just one punch.
If he's on your team.
That's fucking great.
All right.
All I want to say in regards to fighting games is, well, number one, Street Fighter 5 fucking sucks. Number
does
two, well, any game in which I get ads, in any game where I pay $60 and then have ad bumpers between matches is a fucking bad game. But number two, the fighting game re-releases I think are different than most games re-releases. Fighting game re-releases sometimes actually do change up things rather significantly. Like Super Street Fighter 4, like some of the later releases of that are almost a different game.
If it makes
In-
you feel
in some
if it makes you
ways.
feel worse, Ash Williams will never be in Mortal Kombat this year.
Wait, what?
Ash Williams will not be in Mortal Kombat this year.
Do you know how mad I was that morning?
Dude, we
It
played.
literally had everything set up for it to be Ash. I thought, oh yeah, it's finally gonna be Ash, and it's just fucking Rambo.
Yeah, we were playing Mortal Kombat the other day. Oh my god, the DLC characters are so funny. The voice actor for
really
Arnold and
fun-
Rambo are so bad.
Me and Mike played the Boomer.
Well, no, the
Boomer
voice actor
Mortal
for
Kombat
Rambo, I'm
because
pretty sure he's fucking Rambo.
Is this
we played
Stallone?
Boomer Mortal
pretty
Kombat
sure
where it was
it's
Arnold
Stallone.
Schwarzenegger versus Rambo.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger one is like infamously terrible, and that's one of my favorite things in that game, especially when combined with the Nintendo Switch version of the game, where he looks like a fucking monster.
It's Stallone. Yeah,
It's Stallone. I told you. But yeah,
paycheck,
the fake Arnold is so bad.
yeah, it's really bad.
Prepare to be terminated.
It just sounds like a dude just doing his best accent.
I am excited though because we're getting that new DLC pack where it's all the movie actors from Mortal Kombat the movie.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
we're finally
Yeah.
gonna get our hello there, I'm Raiden.
I've yet to play RoboCop. I guess more.
We're gonna get our Highlander Raiden.
So
There can be only one.
to move on,
Okay.
I'm doing this category just because of one entry here. Best sim/strategy: Crusader
Oh yeah, read
Kings
those. Those are pretty
3,
good.
Desperados 3, Gear Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I agree with, XCOM Chimera Squad, which I heard was pretty bad.
No,
Chimera
I've heard
Squad
nothing but
set
good
up-
about Chimera Squad.
Chimera Squad set up the premise that there are alien women, are snake alien strip clubs.
Yeah,
of
but
your
my
friends
my
playing
vote there
Borderlands
is
3.
obviously Crusader Kings 3. Microsoft Flight Simulator is great, but like, you know,
They
Crusader
patched the
Kings.
hole in Brazil. It doesn't deserve it anymore.
Yeah, but did they patch out
Real
the
life patch notes. They patched the hole in Brazil.
Did they? What about the death?
Brendan, did you ever watch the streams that there was just this glitch of like 100
No,
mile
I know
channel?
about it, but I like to think that's real life patch notes.
It was
Fix
though.
the hole in Brazil.
It was in the patch notes. I think I sent it to GroupMe.
I know, but I like the idea of that being in the patch notes for real life.
Hold on, let me see if I can find the patch notes.
The patch notes for real
How
life.
has
in which it
Bannerlord
says,
gotten any better, Mike?
Fix the hole
Yeah,
in Brazil.
it's gotten a lot better.
Like, is it playable? Like, it's not fucking.
Yeah,
Imagine we
right,
climb
I'll try
upon
it
the
again.
mount and God delivers upon us a message. Fix the hole in Brazil.
You've played 24 hours of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I mean it's been out since what?
I
That's
got
a
that
game.
launch in there.
That's a game where
It's
you
a
can
flight.
do shit while
Sisto,
you're
it's a
playing
flight
it.
sim.
How can you
we-
play 24? It seems like so.
Look,
I
Sisto,
mean
if
it
we've
was
learned-
it
if
was
we've
like
learned
2 hours a
anything from-
day for a
If
few
we've
days.
learned anything from driving in real life, you can just use your phone in the off time.
It's been out since July.
Mush.
I don't care.
Here it is. Huge hole in
Nothing
Brazil has
bad will
been
happen
fixed.
I mean, I played Ace Combat for 8 hours and I got bored of that.
No,
But that was a linear game.
you
Sisto,
don't get it.
it's
Like
kind of funny
driving, you
'cause,
can
like-
do other things while you fly the plane.
Sister, there's just like.
See, that's me
sometimes
over
you-
Lancaster.
hours. Sisto, I have like 300 hours in Kerbal Space Program.
Oh, I
That's-
can see Renaissance Fair.
That's also very sad.
See, there's
But,
me.
like, you
There's
play
me
games,
over
you play
Lancaster.
games like 40 hours each. I've never
Can
seen.
you like get close to the ground or no?
Oh yeah, yeah.
you can
It's
just land on
everything.
buildings.
Everything is like there's cars and stuff on the ground and stuff. I'm not sure if
I
they
did
added
like
people yet.
I did like Flight Sim X that this doesn't have. There was a lot more built scenarios in Flight Sim X that it used to just sink so many hours to. Or it was just like there was one where it was just like, oh yeah, you're flying a charter.
The
into
only
Area
time I
51.
ever actually played Windows Flight Simulator was probably in. Oh, he's just gonna start playing Crusader.
Should we
Kings.
go through the Crusader Kings patch notes?
Sure, why not?
Yes, please. These are my favorite.
Uh,
Crusader Kings patch notes are the best.
Crusader
on.
Kings patch notes are pretty good.
they
Come on,
they
give us
released a character
list.
editor for free, which is pretty cool. That was a DLC in the last. game.
Finally, you can edit your son.
Yeah.
You can edit
Make
your
him
ugly
less
ass
ugly.
son.
Facial reconstructive surgery for a child? Yes, please.
Yes, I am leaving Steam.
It's the first time I've
Permanently.
ever seen that.
Oh well,
notice.
okay. My birthday is
We'll go back. There you go.
Let's see here. Oh, they added the kill list, which is pretty cool. Attached to Army.
No, I just need a list. I just want to read these off dramatically. Damn it.
They fixed some. Oh, yeah, this is just.
Damn it. I wanted the list.
Improved ugliness system.
A lot more interesting than it was in CK2. Oh, you scrolled up.
Sorry. Oh, man. And this would have been the patch for it, though. Because that was in the patch notes you sent me.
I did read one of the patch notes was your lesbian lover cannot accuse you of being pregnant if you have high intelligence.
Some women will still do this.
But low intelligent women can still do this.
Damn it.
If
we can't find them, no big deal. But yeah, no. Game Awards could be cool. Who knows?
Yeah, there was a few more things in Game Awards.
Who knows how people will rebel?
Hey, wait! Stop scrolling.
All I know is I need to play more video.
3D AIs are now less inclined
start
to
playing
spend
more
gold on
video
this.
games. I'm going to go insane.
I can't wait because I'm done.
It's now easier to divorce openly incestuous spouses.
You can no longer manually add gender law exceptions to your held title.
They can now arrange marriages for
all I
of
know
your
is
descendants, not only
the
your
most
direct-
recent
Oh,
the
that
most
doesn't
recent
good.
patch put an end to that classic Crusader Kings image of Roger.
Wait, hold on.
To murder Robert. Roger.
Children can become more inclined to drink later in life if their guardians are a poor influence. What happens?
Man.
What happens if the guardian's friends just keep making fun of them? Does that count?
Real life patches.
Did a pass over
Coercion
character
game.
weight
Improved
values.
Mongol Empire disintegration.
That's the team of developers you want to be on. That's such like a granular thing.
Can we appreciate improved Mongol Empire disintegration?
Well, because
Yeah.
so when the Mongols would invade, it would fall like 3 times.
Yeah.
Naval Raiders not
Can now
canal.
raid
Yeah.
Rome.
Let's see here. Yeah, they really reworked.
Wait,
the
wait,
face.
go up. Wait, go up.
Go. Told the AI to get over its phobia of hostile raiders.
Yeah, because it would run from it.
The idea. I know, but
I
like
would
the
too.
idea- I like the idea of the devs just told them. It's just them talking to the AI.
Added a text over the war overview. The hostages are going to be released after the war ends.
And the test determined that was a lie.
Ugly characters now have more varied looks and look more believably ugly.
You can now say your
You can just set your children's education before age 6. It just won't have any effect before they turn 6.
You can now get a toast when you change your primary title.
Ugly character. No, go back up. Hold on.
I read that one. The
Ugly characters now look more ugly to a reasonable extent by distorting specific facial features more than before. Wow, Mike, your child really is fucked in the game.
Look, that was like 3 runs ago. Okay,
That kid has been dead for like 80 years now.
probably.
Except time reset, so he's just a couple phases back.
You scroll so fast. Hold on.
Robert of France now correctly belongs to House Robertine instead of House Cabot.
No, but
The
what
scheme
whatever
event
change
now
that they
shows the
made-
name of the spy in toast instead of nothing, or the target's name in German. Here's your spy. What's his name? I don't know. It's something in German. Well, shit.
No, so one funny thing about spies
lovers
that they,
will only act as your wingman if they're okay with you betting someone else.
one funny thing, Mudgy, that they changed about this in this update is there's the old image that you have from one of the earlier Crusader Kings where it's like Roger Merebe.
Oh yeah.
Dear Roger, my lord, Roger Merebe, I, Roger Merebe, have uncovered a plot by Roger Merebe to kill Roger Merebe.
You can now
And
hire
whatever-
a physician even if you have the Black Death.
You can now legitimize bastards.
You can no longer be advised. You know. Yeah.
You no longer
will no
call
longer
people
call
vile
people
as a
vile
friendly
as a
greeting.
That's one of the highlights. You can no longer call people
You
vile.
shall be told clearly that you will gain no tier. Oh, that's executing.
You will no
starving-
longer refer to yourself as your wife's ex-husband if you marry her when she's your concubine.
Ew. That is disgusting.
Oh.
Your once upon a time bastard child will no longer be a bastard if they convert to your faith that doesn't believe in them.
Your soulmate would no longer be peeved about you sleeping around if you have the polyamory tenant. Okay. Okay. All
Your
right.
spy master will no longer fabricate a secret about themselves.
Yeah, that's the one, which is dumb. How come they
That's
can't
just-
fabricate secrets about themselves?
That's a shitty spy master.
That's shitty spycraft.
You will no longer be told that you will gain no tyranny from executing a starving man. Okay. Back to Game of the Year.
Dude, this game is wild.
Did you just Google Sylvester Stallone?
No. I googled a voice actor for Rambo.
The game takes 15 years to learn how to play. And even when you learn how to play, they start changing every mechanic on it.
Look, man, I've only had 2 playthroughs in this game. The first playthrough was I finished the tutorial and was just like, hey, let me unite Ireland. I was 1 section away.
Is the tutorial worth playing?
And then the English arrived.
Yeah, it helps. It helps a lot more than CK2.
CK2 is borderline like
Toxic.
untouchable.
But
The
then my
game's a
ruler
toxic
died, and then I had to go into an Irish civil war.
My friend was teaching me how to play the game. Shout out, Pat. He was teaching me just the menu screen, not like the menu screen where it shows your character and the character traits for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
And I still didn't
It's
understand
a deeply
it.
involved
So
game.
now that we've gotten off of that non sequitur, what was who's
What's
next?
the next topic?
I wanted to review a game.
Well, real quick, do you want to go through the most anticipated games for Game of the Year?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Just real quick, we'll run through them. So we have Elden Ring. Not sure what that one is. God of War sequel. Halo Infinite, if it ever comes out. Horizon Forbidden West. Resident Evil. And Breath of the Wild sequel.
I think it's
About
going to be
Cyberpunk.
Horizon.
Elden Ring is the new game by the Souls team.
Okay.
I think it's a toss-up between Horizon's God of War and the Zelda game.
I'm
I think
surprised we
I
didn't
think
have.
underestimate Elden Ring on there.
I'm surprised
probably
we didn't have Cyberpunk on here for
Well,
most
that's supposed to
anticipated.
It
come out
won
this
that
year.
award like 5 years ago.
That's supposed to come out this year.
I think
Yeah.
people are just sick and tired of that game's bullshit. I mean,
Shut
I'm
up-
glad they
shut
keep
up, sister.
postponing it.
Don't you
but
say a damn word. Every time somebody complains about Cyberpunk, it gets delayed again. It
I
is
just can't
literally-
wait.
It is literally there's an updated pre-order timer on my goddamn PS4.
It's all right. I can't wait until there's disappointment and tears in all of your fanboys' eyes when Keanu Reeves dies after 5 minutes of being in the fucking game.
He's already
He's not
dead.
even alive in the game. He's in your head.
This isn't a spoiler. This
in
is literally a
your
preview. They've
head,
established that
son.
Keanu's
Oh,
an
wait.
AI in your head.
Yeah, no, he's essentially you
Was it like
because
Fight
your
Club,
character is a
Alter
big
Ego or something
fan.
like that?
No, so your character is a big fan of Johnny Silverhand, who is a big part of like even back in the day in the Cyberpunk 2022 lore. Johnny Silverhand is a big figure, like as part of the band Samurai, and so what ends up happening is your character's a really big fan of Johnny Silverhand, and so whenever this shit gets plugged into your head, the way that you manifest this AI to you is by making it Johnny Silverhand, who looks very much like famous actor Keanu Reeves.
Noted friend of the show.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Noted friend of the show, Max Rebo.
So yeah, I'm not gonna cry.
All right. Well, again, I stand corrected. So.
But yeah, he's not going to die unless
I
he
mean, I
dies.
want to cry fanboy tears when this gets delayed again, so you're not far
Oh,
off.
it's 100% going to get delayed again.
That's why I'm just going to wait a year before
That's
I play
why when they showed
Cyberpunk.
the fight scenes, and I was just like, you better shut the fuck up. Nobody
So-
better complain about this.
Yeah, I'm just really upset about Avengers because I was really excited to get that game and play it with people, but now no one wants to play it, so there's no point.
I mean,
in
I'll
playing
play
it.
it. I still
It's
haven't beaten it
literally-
yet because I bought it
I
at a
haven't-
time where I got a bunch of work.
I uninstalled it. And
I
hit
haven't.
a
I haven't
wall.
played it. I installed it. I haven't played it once because I wanted to play it with friends.
I uninstalled it because I was just like, I hit a wall, and I was just like, I have no drive to go back into it.
I mean,
That's a
I'll play
shame.
it again one day. I have to play it for the first time. I mean, I wasted $50.
I mean, if you're
on it.
interested in survival horror, you can play The Long Dark.
I've played The Long Dark before. I wasn't very
love
good
it.
at it.
I love it. I finally after this game has been out for 8 years.
You can
Yeah.
you can beat that game, can't you?
There's
No,
a
you
story
can.
of it.
Yeah.
There's a story of it. Its third chapter was released like a year ago. The fourth chapter is going to be delayed to 2021. I finally beat the story and it was fucking hard.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh,
chapter
no.
2 where you're fighting a bear. Where you're most of chapter 2 you're running away from a fucking bear. I was so there comes to a point where it's just like you find out the bears might be magical, so you have to get and it's funny because you find a guy that's lodged in a cabin and you kind of save him from the bear attack. He gives you his rifle to defend yourself, but the rifle doesn't do shit because for some reason this bear's just impervious to bullets. The logic of this is hilarious because he goes to this whole long-winded story of how this guy who had a boar spear who originally settled this land was finally able to kill the bear. And at the end of it, it's just like, you don't believe that, do you? It's like, oh no. But then he says, but it's just like, but 10 inches of steel can do what a rifle can't. And I'm just like, that's horse shit because the rifle can do something the spear can't.
You mentioning the beard just reminds me of he's been seen on the Holofields killing Yinglings.
But it's just like all of chapter 2, I was just running away from this bear until at the end of what I had to get, like I had to collect stuff in order to rebuild a radio. And I get to the last part of the section in order to get back to the cabin. The bear knocks me out and drags me back to a cave. And I lose everything.
Ooh.
All of my shit, all of my survival gear, all I have left is a spear. Because I had to find it running away from this bear. And I keep doing bear. And I finally kill it.
So you're saying the game is a metaphor for alcoholism?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what the game is a metaphor for because the game starts...
Chinese imperialism.
Yes. You crash your plane after the Northern Lights do some weird shit to your plane. It turns off
it's like
electricity.
It's
a
supposed to
geostorm.
be it's geostorm.
It's a geostorm. The wolves are now like 50 times more aggressive. Like wolves don't normally attack people, but
bullshit. You're out in the wilderness. I guarantee you food.
Yeah.
But it's a great game. I love it. I've done the survival challenges, but it's now available on Switch too. So it's a release.
Are you
on
being
all
paid
platforms.
for this advertisement?
No, I just love the game. You donate it, it goes to. If you buy the game, half the proceeds go to Medical Sans Frontiers. It's like Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about that.
Canadian Wildlife Foundation.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel good every time I put money or mention this game. You can't put more money into the game. You buy it. But I've owned this game since like 2013.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mike, that's not a given anymore. You buy the game and that's it. So yeah, it's a good game for that.
Is.
Yeah.
But I would say give it a try. Honestly, it's the best game to play. If it's fucking cold out and if we ever get snow again,
get them feelings.
Play that game.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the kind of game you want to play when you're in the mood for watching like The Revenant or
yes,
Hateful Eight.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. There's the funniest thing is like I think like 2 months ago I shared it on the page. They had a survival challenge and I wanted to do it. I just didn't have the time to do it. It was just like survive for 3 days eating nothing but maple syrup and ketchup chips.
I've watched these two guys who I watched Mike Burnfire. I've watched them play. It looks really fun. All I wanted to talk about in terms of games today was I wanted to talk about have any of you guys actually played, because I know some of us have played Ghost of Tsushima. Have you guys actually like delved into Legends?
No.
Unfortunately, I haven't played the game yet. I have such a huge
wait.
backlog.
The
multiplayer mode.
I've done the 2.
Okay, you've only done like the
Wait, there's no multiplayer mode in Ghost of Tsushima?
So it got added post-launch. I love this multiplayer mode because I'm a big fan of multiplayer modes that are like Undead Nightmare, where like I'm a big fan of DLC drops that are like, what if we took this relatively normal historical property and said fuck it and threw in ghosts and demons and shit?
It's like Horde mode, isn't it?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
So do you get to create your own character?
Somewhat. So there's like I think it's 4 different classes you can pick from. There's Assassin, Ronin, Samurai, and Hunter.
So to where it's not too complicated, to where you have to fit into a class, and then
and then as you go, you'll just as you complete challenges and do stuff, you'll get more pieces of armor that you can wear.
I understand that.
I'm
That's
pretty
actually
sure.
pretty interesting.
I'm pretty sure the character is just the base model of Jin with unique shit on him. But yeah, essentially you play how it's sort of set up is there are legend storytellers around the map that you can go into the mode through, and essentially there's a story component and there's a horde component. So the horde mode is literally just you guys acting as a team fighting off stuff that comes at you, and then and I haven't really delved into that much, but I have delved a little bit into the story component, which is essentially it's co-op missions where you just hop to different areas and are doing like these little story missions. You're fighting like you're fighting Oni, you're fighting all sorts of other stuff that are like on the islands of Tsushima. And essentially, yeah, it's just more of so during the normal game, there will be these legends that you can hear. And you can unlock like special moves and other stuff. And they've got these really cool animatics that they use to show off the story. And it's like, it deals with like this ancient samurai vanquished some thunder demon or some shit like that.
One was he stabbed
cool.
a meteor and his sword caught on fire.
That's one of them. That's the hidden fire ability. I haven't gotten that one yet.
Actually
I got that one.
That one's the last one I think you get. At least the way that I play. But
the way you play is
I'm not going to get that one for a long
Brendan,
time.
I'll tell you this. I'm so proud of you that you're diving into the story so much, and I'm so happy. It is so difficult for
I
me
love
to do
these
that.
side stories so much. Like Kenji is such a cool character, but so essentially it delves into that, and you essentially play as these sort of spirits of Tsushima, like the ghosts of Tsushima, which are like kind of like protective spirits, kind of like Kami, and you just it's so fun because it's doing the same things that you do in single player for the most part, but it's like, what if Jin had a team with him to do all this shit? So it's like, yeah, you can't necessarily do the combo assassination quite yet, but like all 4 of the people who are with you can all hop down at once and take out these 4 guys if you want to.
That's cool.
And it's so fun. I've only played with randoms so far, but I imagine when you can actually like synchronize your operations, it's more fun and more tactical. But
I would love to play the game.
I really recommend trying out Legends, especially because Mungie, I know you've been disappointed with Red Dead Online as far as multiplayer suites go, and this is another often compared to Cowboy cinema.
To be fair, it's very hard for me to get into an online community.
Oh yeah, it's easier, but this is nice because it's small. It's not like free roam multiplayer.
I'll give it a shot. I haven't yet, but I will.
Like me and you should play at some point because it's
gotta...
just fun. Sneak around, do missions, earn stuff, and make your character look cool.
So is it like semi-open world?
Not really. It's got little zones that you can navigate around.
Okay, so where it's
and then
not
you'll
like
jump between those zones.
It's not to where it's like in an arena, right?
No, it's not an arena, but it's like you'll have certain story zones where you just have to complete a mission there. Then you'll go through a little portal, take you to the next story zone.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, and
it's not overwhelming.
And it definitely does a lot of asset reuse, but like it's cool because you start to see stuff that looks like, oh, it looks like that rock is corrupted and has veins in it and shit like that, and like. I'm fine with asset reuse if you at least change up the environment a little bit and make it look like corrupted and shit. I'm fine with that.
So on my last note for myself, I wanted to talk about VR because I do love my VR headset. I just haven't been playing as much as it should.
PlayStation VR is fun too.
I have the HTC Vive. I got it like this guy never used it and he sold it at half price.
That's nice.
I had to get it because the thing is fucking brand new. I love it. But the one thing I'm excited for, and it comes at the same day as Cyberpunk. Has anybody ever played the original Medal of Honors, like Frontline and Rising Sun?
Long ass time ago.
Like it was the first game I got for the PlayStation 2. I fucking loved that game. It was like it set the standard for World War II games. I fucking loved it. And so Medal of Honor, released all this other shit over the years. They're now releasing a VR game coming out December 10th, and it literally goes back to the roots because they got the original soundtrack for it.
That's gotta be the first Medal of Honor in a while too. Holy shit!
Brennan, I will say this: it is fully VR. It is standing, so it's like I don't have to worry about my play space because because I've almost broke my TV twice now. But aside from that, it is so whack. Like, look at the trailer. It is so like you can do wacky things and like you can
so
like you know those
because it's in first person, you're allowed, and you can move your heads around. You can do wacky shit while you're in the middle of a serious war.
But you could in Medal of Honor Frontline. There was stupid shit that you could do then too. It just looks so much better.
It just
like,
looks,
those
and
those
it's
like
more fun because it's VR.
You know those mail carrier pipes?
Knuckle guns.
Like you shove a tube up and like the mail goes.
Oh, the pneumatic tubes. You can stick shit in pneumatic tubes.
You can shove a grenade in a pneumatic tube. It's in the trailer, and the other part in the trailer I love is that it's in one of the gameplay trailers. The guy's shooting, and then another guy's coming up, and he's just looking around because he doesn't know what to do. He picks up a frying pan and just throws it, and there's just satisfying donk effect.
This sounds like the greatest war game ever.
This game screams out to anybody who's ever played the original Medal of Honor games. God. I played Frontline and Rising Sun so much growing up. It was like the best games that came out.
I don't know if they have it on Vive, but there's
look it up.
There's one of them. There's a Batman VR game that's on
none of the above. Submit answer.
There's a Batman VR game that's on the PS4. And one of the first things that you're doing is you're standing by a piano.
Put the sound on because the sound's great.
No, I don't want to get claimed.
And you can pick up a picture of
I think
Batman.
This is it. Yeah, you do D-Day in this too.
Wow.
You can pick up a picture. You can pick up a picture. Oh. You can pick up a picture of Bruce's family and you can look at it. And you can just chuck it to the side.
Oh god.
The first mission you play in Medal of Honor Frontline, and that's why it says Sanders, you're in D-Day. And it explores that you're with the French Resistance in this. You're playing a piano and look.
There's something really satisfying about playing a piano in VR.
Oh wait, this is great.
I'm ready to beat up some Nazis. Let's go.
You can beat up a Nazi with a frying pan.
Oh man, look at this. This makes me think of that mission.
This is the wacky shit that you can do. Wait,
I'm
it's
so
gonna show
this.
World War II.
I got chills watching this trailer because you hear the original soundtrack in the background. There's that.
That's so good. Oh, catching things in VR is gonna be difficult.
I'm gonna fail that section so many times. I'm just gonna start punching people.
When it flashes this holiday, you hear the original Medal of Honor soundtrack. I know you guys haven't played it. For me, I got literal.
I played it a long time ago.
First Medal of Honor recreated in VR.
It's not recreated. It goes back to its roots. It goes back to the roots
of some of the same stuff.
World War II.
So it's not the same story, in other words.
No. The original story is like for Medal of Honor Frontline is like you're just. I think his name is James Patterson, if I can remember.
Yeah, it is. If I remember correctly, that's his name. I watched a whole retrospective on Medal of Honor a while ago.
You get recruited to the OSS, and it's just you go through all these missions. You eventually like steal like a prototype B2.
Did you ever play that?
That looks pretty impressive.
Oh god,
I've gotten so many chills.
What's the end stinger gonna be? Oh.
I thought it was going to be
throwing. I thought it was going to be throwing.
Ignore this. It's not Oculus only anymore. It's HTC Vive compatible, which I have.
Damn it! Put it on PlayStation. I want to play it.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Another game that is,
I cannot wait. I am so excited for
another game that caught my eye is Beyond the Wire. Have you guys heard of that one yet?
Beyond the Wire.
Yeah, it's a World War I game that's coming out. It uses the Unreal. No, in general.
Oh.
And it's like a realistic World War I sim that you're like, it's like boots to the ground.
I really
like,
get trench
squads. I'm assuming you could.
I would actually love a World War I like almost RPG kind of thing in that like in the sense of like a survivalist game.
I highly suggest you guys look it up.
I'm looking it up. A large scale multiplayer first person.
It's like 50 v50. And it's awesome. Like 3 factions. It's in early access. It's in early access right now
for the autumn sale. So what a quaint font.
Sister, have you ever played for Dun or?
I have not. No.
It's another one that's multiple.
It's built on, I think, the Unreal Engine.
That looks like Unreal 4.
Yeah, it looks good.
And I think it's made by the same people I think that make Squads. They made the game Squads.
Oh.
I added it to my wish list.
Yeah, Squad. Yeah,
I love
the same people that made Squad.
You
can only imagine how the game's gonna play.
I played
hyper-realistic.
COD World War II a couple months ago, That was very underwhelming, but it gave me
It is
like
very
it was at least a
underwhelming.
palate cleanser.
It's fun on Steam. There are so many hyper-realistic multiplayer World War II Sims. There aren't any.
Yeah.
There aren't much for World War One.
People forget World War One because World War One is not conducive to
I might actually buy
multiplayer
this.
games.
World War One was literally fought all over.
Someone
the
made
world.
like an amazing like
I know, it's fought all
paragraph
over the
analysis
world,
of
but it's-
you cannot make an authentic World War One game.
Yeah,
that's
You have,
factual.
it has to
I
be
agree.
psychological
Absolutely can't.
horror.
Oh, I would love that. That would be a great world.
I heard the
Actually, wait.
nighttime maps on here can get pretty spooky.
Wait a second. There's one good World War One game that I can attest to, and that's still
Is
what
that
was
the
it?
dinosaur one?
No. Dino D-Day was a World War II game.
No, there was one that was a dinosaur in the trenches.
What?
Hold on, it was a while ago.
I was gonna say Honest Hearts or whatever the hell that was called.
There has to be,
yeah.
if you really want to make it a psych horror, make it a psych horror where it's just like you have to survive shelling during the day while only eating your piece of bread and one slice of bacon.
Honest Hearts was a very good game.
And
it
then
had
now I have to.
There's no
now I
kill
have to
feed.
watch.
And it
There's
had
no
a
kill
puppo.
feed, so it's heavy slated on squad kills and team
Here it is.
based.
I want the mechanics where you write a letter to your dear Elizabeth back home.
I say Dear John too.
Oh,
Now I have to watch.
my dearest Elizabeth.
This actually says Dear Brenda. What the hell?
What? Stop, Ad. Stop.
Holy cobalt.
I just read the letter, Dear Mom.
Why is it still playing?
What?
I closed the tab and it was still playing.
Now I need to watch They Shall Not Grow Old again.
My dearest Elizabeth. I have.
Yeah, but everyone. I mean,
This
I
wall
think
has
when
made
it comes
true man
to
of all
the
of us.
pedestrian game to play, Battlefield 1's like where you should start.
I started replaying that. I was
it
going to
just
tell
made
you this though,
monsters.
because I forgot I had like the Ultimate Pass.
Yeah,
I
wanna
have all
replay
3
it, so-
DLC, and it's kind of sad because no one plays the DLC. There's
No.
like- everybody. The thing is though, there's always because the Russian front one apparently did well.
They all did well for the most part.
Everybody
but-
plays the Russian front one, but like Apocalypse finally had air battles, and nobody fucking plays them. There's nobody on the air battle servers.
A World War One game where you play as the Russians could actually work. It would be a survival game. Naturally.
I mean, the multiplayer is good because you get to play as both sides of the Russians in that Civil War.
It would be similar to DayZ where you start without a weapon. And you have to find it among
Wasn't
the
the
dead.
original Call
Oh,
of
you
Duty-
sorry, comrade. We have
Wasn't the original
fallen
Call of
behind
Duty,
on our production back in the Kremlin.
essentially
And
the enemy at
eventually
the
there's a mission where you have to go back, and you have to go back to St. Petersburg.
Go into the factory and take
then
the gun yourself because they're
and
not
then
going to
you
give.
and then eventually you join Lenin.
There goes our one Russian vote watcher.
Eventually you join forces with young Vladimir Lenin.
Well, he wasn't
We
that
did
young.
lose a viewer.
Yeah, fair.
But
We did lose a viewer.
I mean, isn't in Call of Duty? I think it's Call of Duty. You start off. And
There
then
is
in the-
there is the one mission where you are a man with ammo.
You're
not
a man with
gun,
ammo
and
and
you
trying
have to follow the dude with the gun through the battlefield, so that way you can pick it up when he gets fucking nailed.
I still have that Hulu recommendation of Enemy at the Gates saved, and it literally said at the bottom because you watched Ants.
Gosh.
No, that's the
That'll
that's the thing
forever
too.
be my favorite Netflix recommendation. I love
Bungie.
Enemy at the Gates.
Bungie, the best part of that mission too is if you don't move when they tell you to move,
You're shot.
the commandant will shoot you.
You're shot by the commandant.
He will fire on you.
That's insane.
It is so hyper realistic.
It's just like being a real Russian now.
During World War II.
Oh no, now.
Oof.
Look, man, I appreciate our one Russian viewer. I don't want to lose him yet.
Just for listening to this, he may have already.
He
we
might-
may have
he
already
might
lost
been
him.
black bagged.
Not
It's just like this
voluntarily.
year, when it comes to video games this year, I feel like Ghost of Tsushima is the only one that it's worth playing. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of like
I'm
rinse and
replaying-
repeat
dude, I'm
multiplayer games that are just here to play.
Hades has been very good from
My
everybody
year
who I
has
know
just-
who's played it.
My year has just been feel good games. It's just like, oh,
I
man,
feel like
am I gonna replay Red Dead?
2021
Am I gonna replay Red Dead for the 800th time? Yeah, because I will fucking want to.
This
feel
year,
like
I've mostly ended up investing in D&D more than I have in.
Yeah, I want to start investing more into like literature and like books because that's where I
Also,
feel
we
like.
had
Oh, we
a
got a
podcast.
smart ass over
Yeah,
here.
I've been
had a
actually
podcast
listening to a
that's
lot of
motherfuckers.
audiobooks recently.
Well, recently I just picked
He's
up
gonna start his own podcast.
right, the
called
last copy I
Sister-itcher.
could find.
Oh, wonderful! That's some great literature right there.
What you're not a big Ernest
Oh,
Cline fan?
believe me, I've looked at some of Ready Player 2. There's
Please don't. I just read only.
Yeah, let him read it. Let him read
Yeah,
it.
I'll let you read it,
I'll
'cause a
let
lot
you
of
read
people,
that before
lot of
before I
people
give
are,
any.
Oh, Brennan, I finally
opinions.
finished.
I'm guessing I'm
Happen
not going to
Leonard.
want to invest in literature after I'm done with this book.
Brennan,
Maybe better literature.
Brendan,
Oh,
I
it's
forgot
really
since
that
last-
bad.
What?
Now
It's
you're
not
gonna
as
ruin
bad
it
as the
for
first one.
Brendan, wait. Since the
Oh, come on, Brendan.
Brendan, hold on. Since the last episode, I just wanted to let you know I did finish Happen Leonard, the show,
Yeah.
because I finally finished book 3.
How'd
The
you
Two
like
Bear
the-
Mambo.
I guess Brendan doesn't like the Ready Player One series.
So now I'm on Bad Chili.
Bad Chili is really good, and I'm currently on the one after that, Rumble Tumble, which is
And
really
I
good.
also
There's a midget, little person. He identifies himself as a midget in the story, though. But how'd you feel about the show?
God, I want more.
That's exactly it. I wanted more.
I do like how they did things because
I like that they tied all the stories together more
look,
cohesively.
book 2, I'm glad what they did because they couldn't do what they did in book 2 on TV.
Yeah.
They couldn't have.
like,
Not,
that's-
especially not on Sundance. They wouldn't have gotten away with that.
What I'll say is one thing that I like is that book 1 was very clearly written as this could just be the last book in the series in mind. But I like that season 1 takes some of the stuff that's in book 2 and just throws it a little bit into season 1 to
Yeah,
make
I
them
did like
mesh
that it
more
was
cohesively.
transparent. Like it hopped between
Like
them.
taking
So
a
what
certain
book is
character's
this?
death and moving it into season 1. This is a book that you would actually really like, Sisto. It's a series called Happen Leonard. To explain it, I think I've talked about it before, but to explain it, so 2 friends in Texas in
That's
the
relatable
80s,
already. It's already relatable.
and one is a white Southern liberal, straight. The other, black Southern conservative, gay.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
I
dear.
fucking love these two. It's a great
And
dynamic.
That dynamic works. It sounds like something that would be like, the boomers would like this because this appeals to their ideas of what that is. But no, Joe R. Lansdale actually gets it. And
He
like,
really does.
he writes
I
a
follow him
very
on
good
Twitter.
gay conservative character, like gay but also conservative character.
But the other thing I wanted to know, the only thing I had to know is like I didn't like what they did with 3 in the show because
Like the ending.
The ending, yeah, the ending I didn't like.
The
I'm
ending
just like-
leaves me wanting.
because in the book, Florida's dead. Like you
Yeah.
don't find her alive; she's
Yeah.
dead, and that's the shock part. Like,
I mean, she was dead. The show, was she not?
no, she was alive. They find her alive in a trunk for like 3 minutes, and then the tsunami happens,
the
and
thing
then she
happens, and
dies.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's. I did like what
Don't
they
mean
did
to
in the
spoil.
show. That like, even though it tied on and kept carrying on, had a hard time moving on after Trudy.
Yeah.
And it showed because in the books it's more like, okay, I found somebody else, but all now I can think about is Florida.
I really liked the casting
Oh yeah, great
in this
choices.
show. To clarify, has anybody else here watched The Wire?
No.
Watch some of it. I know
heard
what
it
you're
was
talking
good,
about.
though.
Omar from The Wire, who's played by Michael K. Williams, he is fantastic as Leonard, and he is
He's
one
also
of my
on Brooklyn, not
Brooklyn
Brooklyn.
Nine-Nine,
Boardwalk-
yeah.
No, Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire, yeah. I don't know why I thought 9-9. He was originally going to be the villain in Solo.
That would have been great.
He was going to play some weird cat alien,
There
but
was a villain in Solo?
yeah, exactly. Things got lost.
It's Vision.
It's Vision. Yeah, Vision was the villain in Solo.
Paul Bettany, right?
Yeah. And he shared a last name with
Dryden
another
Voss.
significant Star Wars character, and then was not related to said Star Wars character.
Dryden Voss.
hey.
Who's Dryden Voss's relative?
Quinlan.
It's
Quinlan
also
Voss.
canon that Wedge.
But he's
Wedge
not.
Antilles-
They're not relatives. They're just not related.
Hey, you know who's
Well,
not
they're just
related
not the same
also?
species of human
Wait.
anyway.
Yeah.
Humanoid.
Captain Antilles and Wedge Antilles aren't related either.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the show and the book are both really good. The show only 3 seasons exist, and they tie in the first 3 books of Happen Leonard. But
There's like
I'd
10
recommend reading
books
the
on
books,
Happen
and I
Okay.
very much recognize there are a lot of books for Happen Leonard, but I very much recommend the Audible version of the
Okay.
books. They are read by a dude named Bill Gigante. And Bill Gigante sounds exactly like his name makes him sound. He's just, hey there, how are you? Like he does.
I don't
He
know.
does.
I don't know if that's what
very
I was
good-
envisioning, but
He's like, hey there. Like he does a lot of different voices. But
If you ever
yeah,
want
no,
to borrow the book system, I have them too.
yeah.
I have the first 3.
But yeah,
I might want to borrow the
I
first
recommend
one.
the series.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite book series that
There's
I've
another
ever read.
There's another book that I recently ordered, and it's Matthew McConaughey's new book.
Is
Autobiography.
it an autobiography?
Sorta.
Oh yeah,
sorta,
I saw it at Barnes
kinda.
and Noble.
It's called Green Lights.
Does he talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3?
Was he? I'm guessing he's in that movie. I
Oh
don't know.
Oh yeah, he is.
I think it's like some sort of like, and
Alright,
honestly, like
alright,
usually
alright.
I'm not the person that wants to take self-help wisdom from an actor,
Mhm.
but I feel like Matthew McConaughey. I just want to see what Matthew McConaughey has to say.
Ask him his
I
opinion
read,
about
I
high school
saw
girls.
reviews online, and I heard the book is actually pretty
I'm
good.
dazed and confused.
Marv. Marv.
All right. Y'all just gotta keep moving.
I'm the bookshelf,
Just gotta
Marv.
keep on moving.
His
I
his
get
advice
older,
is
that's
buy a
dangerous.
Lincoln Mercury.
Buy Lincoln Mercury.
Which no, so
Buy
there's
Lincoln.
there is one other pseudo autobiography that I would recommend to you. It's called Making Love the Bruce Campbell Way.
Oh yeah.
It is
that's great.
half
Noted friend of the show,
autobiography.
Bruce Campbell.
It is half autobiography, half fiction, in which Bruce Campbell imagines a what if scenario of if he overnight became an A-list actor and what the implications of that would be.
So it's kind of like OJ, what if I'd done it type thing. If I did it.
Well, no, except Bruce Campbell never became an A-list actor.
Look, he was in
Yeah,
all
he's like a
3
perennial
Spider-Man
B-lister.
movies.
I know he is,
Perennial
but he is not an
B-lister.
A-list actor. And he would
Shame.
hate. to
He's
be
also the
Bruce
tutorial
Campbell.
and tips help guy in Spider-Man 2 PS2.
He's,
Yes.
I think he is in
And
PS3
in the-
too.
All 3 games.
Yeah.
All 3 games.
Uh-huh.
Including the video that somebody made called Drunk Bruce Campbell, in which they slow down the audio to the Spider-Man 3 tutorial, and it's Bruce Campbell like, did you come here to hear a story about a man? No. You came to hear a story about a Spider-Man.
Okay, here we go.
I think the video that should be around what the title is. I think so.
Oh God.
Oh,
Fisticuffs
it's
at
right
50
ear
stories.
vision.
Yes, aerial combat is a real rush, all right, but it takes practice, mister. While
Oh, yeah, you
swinging,
can
the
just do that
web
now.
button will shoot webs. The punch button will initiate a flying punch that will hone in on nearby targets. And the kick
All right, come on, put
button
this
will
on
trigger a
0.75.
Powerful swinging
Falling
kick.
asleep.
Bruce Campbell on crack.
To begin, just start swinging. Oh,
Thank
and
you.
remember, don't look down. Did somebody say swing rings? While you're friends with your navigating skills while swinging,
That's the
make
episode
sure
title.
You pass through the
Did
rings in order.
somebody say
Your compass
swing
and height meter
rings?
will point you toward the next ring you need to go through.
That or the
So
alternative
pay
episode title
attention
is,
for once.
Celebrate.
Now to begin, just
I apologize
start
that it's only coming out of the right ear, but it is what it is. Oh, there goes the
That's
ghost.
something else.
Let's see.
Expert swing training.
What part of the game is that? I don't remember that.
Advanced swing training is not for the faint of heart.
I just love how he's
Pregnant
ad-libbing.
women, those on medication, those not on medication, Eskimos, Republicans, and you must be taller than this line to run. Follow the green path and
Oh my
get
God.
to the finish line as fast as you can. Okay.
Yes.
tough guy.
Now we're left ear
Looks
vision.
like expert swing training is up next. This'll prove you're the head
It's just like the
honcho.
professor at a university that just
King
doesn't
of
care.
Swing, the grand
Sounds like
guy
the
who
drunk
was-
professor.
This is the guy who's had like 3 cups of gin and
whatever.
coffee.
Oh, you missed that. He definitely had a drunk
Anyway,
moment there.
Whatever. Pooh-Bah this.
Whatever.
Ooh, body.
Whatever. Anyway, you'll need
I don't know
to
what the fuck
use
he's
the
saying.
most
One of the help
difficult
tips, because you have to find them in Spider-Man 2. One of them was just because every time you get it, you get like 50 points. I was like, you know what? I really don't know what to say here.
Did
Just say
you
something on the screen,
came
but just take the
here
50
to
points.
hear a story about a
He'd
man?
say over the
Yes.
molasses. You need to land on each platform in order. That's what life's all about. When you land on a platform he would drone on, it'll change green. Just like the apples in Nana's peach cobbler. The compass and height meter will point toward the next platform.
See, this would be so frustrating playing the game because it seems like he talks like 5 minutes and it's only 2 lines of text.
So far, try to beat as many enemies as possible. Duh. But watch your health. The fights will get progressively harder. I'm invisible to the bad guys. Just for giggles, press the punch button near an object to try picking it up. Press punch again to throw it. Don't have time to pick it up? Too lazy? No problem. The kick button will launch an item without picking it up.
Okay, that's enough of that.
And on that note,
I'm so glad I remembered that.
Yeah, do you guys have anything else? Because it's time to wrap up the video.
Oh my god. No, I don't think anything can top that. Gotta go out with a bang.
Yeah, that was interesting.
All right,
we're not
guys.
watching the
Basically, I want to wrap it
special.
up by saying a few things. Yeah, I played Call of Duty. It's okay. Nothing more, nothing less. FIFA stinks. Shocker. It hasn't changed much, and what it did change was the defense is terrible. Also, I'm looking forward to reading Ready Player 2, even though Brendan didn't like Ready Player 1, and maybe I'll like it just as much as I liked the first one. So, thank you.
I'll say
And I'm gonna. What are you gonna say?
the book for the first movie at least has the quality of being the first time I ever saw somebody try to make an 80s movie but a book, like a schlocky 80s movie but a book.
Yeah.
Is what the first book, it at least has that little twinge of quality like that hits. But Ernest Cline in general is not a very good. You should go read his thing about the nerd girl. Go read that short poem that he wrote. You'll have a fun time with that one.
Yeah.
We'll just leave that.
I just
We'll
really,
leave that
really
as
like the
as
first
a
book.
cliffhanger there.
Yeah.
I really, really like the first book. I'll read the second one and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you guys coming around. Hopefully, next episode will be Christmas episode. I think that'd be fun.
I will be in Santa hat, probably, maybe.
Yeah, I have some ideas for a Christmas
probably.
episode. So, well, we hope to see you guys then. Until then, we hope you guys stay safe out there. Make sure you wear your
You can
masks.
always watch.
Yes, please.
You can always watch bad Christmas movies.
Yeah, you could do that too. But make sure you're wearing your mask, stay safe, wash your hands, all that good stuff, and make sure you follow us on our social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all the good places and stuff. And yeah, so thanks for joining us. I'm Marcucci.
Take care, everybody.
I'm Mark.
I'm Sisto. And Brendan's late again.
Brendan's trying to think of something.
I'm not a man. I'm a Spider-Man.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. See you
Take
guys
care,
later.
guys.
There's a monkey in my bathroom. Please get that bitch a banana.